archipelago. And my name is Anders Kropp, and at my side I have Mr. Anton Parotikov. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
So this is the beginning of the second day of the Stockholm Ladies Curling Cup, and this is the fourth draw of the round-robin part of the competition.
Yeah.
And today we will enjoy a great game played between team...
We have from Scotland team Eve Muirhead, and as this lead, she plays with Sarah Reid. The second is Vicky Adams. Third is Anna Sloan. And skip and captain, fourth player, Eve Muirhead.
Their opponents are from Sweden. It's Stockholm's team.
Yeah.
Lead is Sandra Flyg. Second, Karin Rudström. Third, Agnes Nockenhauer. And skip Anna Hasselborg.
Yeah, correct. Those girls I know pretty well. I have seen them since they were not very tall or young. 10, 12 years of age, and now they're born, everyone, I think, about 1989. So they will be 25 years of age.
So still introduction of teams is going, so the games will begin shortly. And we will start enjoying it very soon.
How have these teams made it so far?
Let's see.
Anna has won 2 games, and Eve has, I think she played 3 games or won 2 of them, and we'll see.
So both of these teams are in Group C, and so far Team Hasselborg is on top with 4 wins. With 2 wins and 4 points, and Eve Muirhead has only 1 win and 2 points. Together with another Swedish team, McManus, team from Switzerland, Tiagi, and team from Canada, Mida. So it's a very tight group with 1 leader, but things might change today after this game.
Yeah, for sure. All groups are very strong. We have among the top 10 in the world, we have the 8 teams here this year. And there's 20 teams, and there has been so many great games so far this week, and it will be, of course, will be even better. We have teams from Canada, 3 of them, top teams: Rachel Homan, Jennifer Jones, a gold medalist, and silver medalist from the world, and we have also Sherman Daw. And we have 6 Swiss teams, among them the world champions, Binia Bielefelcher. And what else? The Swedish teams, we have Sigfridsson, Olympic silver medalists.
McManus.
Yeah, McManus, and also Anna Hasselborg. And this Anna Hasselborg, we will see now, she will play the European Championship for Sweden later in late November. The game has started. And obviously Hasselborg has made a better draw shot between the games, since Eve is starting with playing the first stone.
So I would say that they started with placing a guard.
Yep.
Which is not so typical for women curling for the first stand, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm not sure. I was talking actually, so I couldn't see what the goal was from each side, but it's not a bad start for them.
Oh, absolutely. That
now it
that
looks even better for them.
Yeah.
There is no training before every draw, so most of the players will get a feeling they need the first end a little bit for warming up.
Yes, and they also need to feel the ice. And, that's why some mistakes are possible in the very beginning, but then the game will speed up and roll into...
Real good. I think it's going to start. Easy. Okay, yep. Oh. Good.
Very good draw right in the center. Well covered by 2 stones. So now it's time for Team Hasselborg to open up.
Or she tries to make a little bit of tap back or go with hack speed, or we'll see. She will not play too hard, I think. No, I think that was what about you want to do actually. No takeouts, just position the stones a bit further back in the house and try to remain up there.
It did swing nice there.
Vicky Adams, second number of Team Muirhead.
Wee bit. Kiwis down a little! Whoa! Hard! Hard, Jana! Corner, corner, corner. Yep, go, go, go. Oh, fuck, whoa. Okay.
Too bad there. You're alright.
Yeah,
I was
that was
thinking we had
a
hammer.
mistake from Vicky.
Well, as we said, looks like it's the first shots on the ice, which they didn't try before the game. So there might be mistakes.
Yep. In Team Hasselborg, Team Golldreson, they have changed the order in the way they play. Corin, last season played third. Now they have moved. Agnes and Corin. So now Corin plays the second and Agnes plays the third. I was talking with the coach, father of Anna Hasselborg, Michael, before the game, and they feel really confident about this setup. Last season, Agnes was a little bit, I wouldn't say disturbed, but split. Of course, she was alternate with the Sigfridsson team, and it was an Olympic year. And of course, she had to do a lot of work together with them, which was good and needed. So, but still, of course, that's normal. It interrupts her own team a little bit also, which they had no problem with it. But that's the result of it. Now they feel confident with this new order to play, and we'll see if we can see anything.
Well, definitely Olympic experience and all the preparations for Olympics means a lot for teams. And
yeah, I
cannot imagine the number of hours they spent on the ice and in the gym. Wonderful double takeout.
Agnes has grown as a player.
I know, she was just 3. Sarah was playing 95 for T.
Great shot.
No, absolutely. It looks like the previous mistake value was also eliminated. And
Scotland team in Muirhead is such a great team. They have such merits from before. World champions 2013, silver medalists, European champions. And they're at the moment to have the World Tour curling ranking as third team in the world. It's a team I really like, Anton.
Yes, they're in the top. And speaking of the previous achievements of Eve Muirhead, she started in the world's high-level competitions at the World's Juniors in 2007.
Yeah.
And her first result was golden medal.
I saw her in Madrid on the mixed European Mixed Championship 2007 in Madrid. I was there. She was not very either tall or old or anything. Really young, really good player already at that time.
They ended up 6th in this competition.
Yeah.
But then, absolutely surprising, she was, well, at least for me, she became a skipper for Olympic Games in Vancouver. And she was the youngest in the team at that moment.
That's pretty cool.
Different team.
She's a pretty cool girl or a woman.
And that was like I think she was the youngest athlete at that time at Olympic Games.
Those statistics parts I will not talk much about because I just don't know it.
Well, that's how I remember it. This is not official information.
Okay. You hear a lot of things about her, like she's a tremendous golf player. I think she has a very good handicap, or like 2 or 3 or something like this. It says she's a tremendous bagpiper also.
Really?
Some kind of champions also in bagpiping. So
she's a talent.
Yeah, she is a talent in whatever she does.
I didn't give it all that much just because I came out really fast. Just watch it.
Anna Sloan was playing the same year, 2007, in Madrid at European Mixed Curling Championship. And that was her first appearance at the Worlds and European Championships.
You could just hear when they were playing the stone, Anna Sloan. That's a typical sign of a really, really good team. Anna Sloan was delivering the stone, and after 5-8 meters after, she was still commentating to her sweepers about how she felt the stone was and how she felt the stone would behave during the way down. And that's a typical sign of a really, really good team about this super communication.
Yeah, I agree. Communication is the key. And
one of the keys, at least.
And when I was starting curling and my friends didn't know about what it is, everyone was asking why do they always shout in this game.
Yeah.
And some say that curling is a game of sweeping, but some see it as a game of shouting.
Yeah.
And that's all about communication, because it's not just sweep or don't sweep. Players talking about the stone speed, the stone line, how good it curls, how it accelerates or decelerates. And lots of information is being communicated, and the skipper is making decisions based on what she hears.
We just saw Agnes. Sorry, I saw just Agnes made a draw. It could have been absolutely fantastic. She made it okay, but I think she would like to have it in front of the blue stones instead. But still, she's there. She's the shot. And she's behind the hack.
Okay. Yes.
Sorry, behind the tee.
It will move nice.
Think like a heavy draw. Yeah, and just a wee bump it kind of roll in. I don't like your nosing really. Well, nose isn't too bad, but you can just kind of. Right. Okay. It should curl nice, I think. So like what? Kind of 3? Okay.
Okay, whoa.
Never.
Whoa.
Are we?
Okay.
Yeah. She was not too happy about that one.
Heavy, eh?
She played a little bit too hard. She didn't find the curl. Still, it makes the situation a little bit better for her.
Den här gick ju väldigt bra.
Ja, så där på en 10 tror jag. Kio,
Not that, if it's quite quiet. Wait, should we leave
vickar jag ut den på kanten. Och då får vi med oss stubben också. Agnes, hur tyckte du att du satte på din 10? Okej, tycker jag att du ska ha lite.
So Anna Hasselborg, skip of
Mindre!
Swedish team, starts her game. Starts to deliver stones.
Nu tror jag att det är bra is. Ja.
She thinks there is a possibility to make the double and to go a bit left and outside there and separate those yellows and get rid of both.
That would be the best outcome. Having last stone and 2 stones on the side.
Yeah.
Upp! Helt upp! Helt upp! Med! Helt upp! Helt upp!
She was a little bit too hard, a little bit too wide, either of it, but not far from.
Well, no blue stones in the house.
Yep.
Which is half a deal, I would say. But
Well, that stone is behind the tee line, so and he played the last stone, and she has a pretty good feeling about the line now, so she has a good chance to freeze that stone.
you saw during the first round how the Scottish players' performance was improving for the second shot. First was not so good, but then after they fell the ice, the second was immediately really good. So
Yeah.
maybe Eve will surprise us with
I'm sure.
her shot now.
Still, it's the first end, and she has to find a speed, and this is tough situation for her.
Let's see.
Okay, where's the weight? Line's
Line's
good.
good.
Wall line, Becky. Wall, Becky. Wall
We can see the reason why they are top in the world team. She had one stone there. She felt it right away, how to play it, and she made it.
So now draw shot for Anna Hasselborg? Or will they try to kill it off?
No, they're given ice for just draw to the button for one. They can't do anything about that last stone from Eve. It's too good.
I didn't put much on it at all, so I'm reckoning.
Let's see. So very well played and by Eve Muirhead. Team with last stone is forced to take one now.
Yeah, they slowly changed it. First they had a good situation, then the end was changing over to Sweden. And then it changed back now, so it was really nice end. Of course, there were a few mistakes which made the end that interesting, but that's how it is.
Do you think it's double take out of Vicky Adams who saved the end?
That was one part of the really good stones.
Yes.
And we also saw a couple of misses.
Bra linje! Ha inte rygg!
Nej. Ingen rygg.
Kalla för rygg!
Ingen rygg.
Bra linje snart!
Ja, ha rygg nu. Kör då.
Ha rygg nu!
Yep.
Bra.
Bra.
Very well.
She made what was necessary. That was a good stone from Anna.
Bra, Anna.
I agree, and that was the first end.
Kala. Det är bra.
1 point goes to Team Golldreson. And forced to take one with the last stone, so Team Muirhead will play with the last stone in the second end.
Yeah.
Ja, och vi fick en enkel dragning. Yes. Men börja om lite känslomässigt, för att det blev verkligen lite koppstart.
Men det är lite grövre, det känns som att Victor kommer ut mot sopan och bara sätter dit den.
Ja, verkligen.
På alla stenar.
Jag kompenserade min första lite för just din sten där, och jag hade 8 liksom. Men det var ju... Ja.
Både de och vi har ju lite problem, så hittar vi det så kommer vi...
Ja, men alltså det är ju enkelt. Det är bara att sätta den på sopen.
Vad gör vi nu då?
Nu lägger vi topp 4.
Ja.
De kommer lägga corner och så gaddar vi. Svingar de till.
Yeah. Anna has already decided what to do. They talk about how the last end was and how they should feel about the ice and feel about themselves and what she's expecting from the Scottish team in the first end. And she's also a routine player. And we'll see if her predictions will be correct. She wants to have the first stone on the forefoot. She is expecting Eve to play a corner guard. And then Anna wanted to force Muirhead to take one. And of course that's the way, the plan is a good skip should have. And we'll see how she will make it.
Bra linje! Bra fart! Jättefin linje!
Can we talk a bit about all the other games in this nice arena of Danderyd? We have an 8-sheet arena here. Can you please tell, Anton, can you tell them about all the other games we have?
Absolutely, it's being 8 games played here, and all 20 teams of this competition are split into 4 groups of 5 teams. So it's 4 round robins are going now. So on sheet A, Team Fujisawa from Japan is playing against Team Ostland Sweden, and the Japanese team leads 1-0.
Okay, we'll just need to let it wait.
Yeah, after first time. We have on sheet B, we have the Swedish Altiele Sigfridsson versus Swiss team Barbesot, and we haven't seen any points so far in the first end.
On sheet C, Jennifer Jones, the Olympic gold medalist, placed against Switzerland team Förbinger, and still results are coming.
Yeah. And on sheet D, we have the German team Lehmann versus the other Scottish team in Grey, and also we can't see any points so far of that game.
On sheet E, with the game that we're watching, and on sheet F next to it, it's the Swedish team Vrano is playing against Switzerland team Pats.
Yeah, that's a little bit from the... No, Pats was not playing the European Championship in mixed, but Vrano was. She was the gold medalist from the European Championship this year in Denmark, actually, in the mixed championship, yeah. On the sheet G, we have the Kim from Korea versus Rachel Holman, Canada.
And on sheet H, it's Swedish team McManus versus Switzerland team Jägi, and McManus team leads 2-0.
Yeah. If you want to see all the results, there is an updating on the webpage slcc.se. And from there you can see the events and live results and whatever you can check. We also have a site called softplr.com, where you can find those updated results. We have a little problems with seeing ourselves how the situation is. We can see a couple of games here, but not all of them.
And also, since we're speaking about the setup of this competition, this production is made by the media trainees, and
yeah, it's from a company called Iterum. We call it a school production. So a few times you can see the camera is moving a bit too much, or finding faces, or being elsewhere. But it's part of it, and it's not that simple to make a production like this. And of course, they have to do it.
Don't be upset about that. And the amount of professionals who can make curling production is only growing because of this broadcast.
Exactly, we like that.
Maybe it's not perfect this time, but next you will have possibility to have more and more professionally produced games in the future.
About the end, it has so far went more like the Anna Hasselborg. We could see 3 perfect stones, but then came the second from the lead, and Muirhead missed this try to freeze. And they touched the corner guard a little bit, didn't find the line, and now Eve has to open up and kind of correct their earlier, we wouldn't call them mistakes, but a little bit less good. Still, Eve has a quite nice situation there where stones out on the side, and she just has to get rid of those yellow ones now. It's a tricky shot. It's not that easy to get this double, or she finds 2. She has a strong position now. There is one yellow stone buried, of course, and I'm sure Eve will be able to change that situation. She has another 4 or 5 stones changing it.
The end is just still in the beginning, so everything can change. But so far, Hasselborg has a good position for stealing.
Yeah, and it looks like Anna tries to build up the pressure a bit more, making another draw. Yeah, she was a little short, or she wanted maybe to make this half guard freeze of the front guard. We can't see the house actually from where we're sitting here. We have to rely on what we see on television. So sometimes we also make mistakes about our judgment.
Take your time.
But we're trying to do our best, of course. Yeah. And so now next attempt to open the house.
Yeah, and she has a pretty good chance now to take the end in charge. She can either make the race down to yellow, or just open up where she plays on the middle stone.
And perfect shot.
It's almost perfect. She wanted more. You can hear on her voice she wanted more. She wanted to hit and even stay there. But she should. I think she's pretty happy about that result still.
Well, the stone that was creating the threat is removed.
Yep.
But now Anna Hasselborg wants to play another stone instead.
Yep. This can be an interesting end. Anna has all the stones in front of the house, and she will be able to come around. Still, Eve has the center stones in front, so she can make those race. A lot of things will happen. Both teams, they like to be a bit aggressive. And ice and stones are also all together makes it possible to play a bit aggressive too. So we will have a great game here in the future.
No doubt.
Can we say the future on a game going on at the moment? I'm not so sure, but you understand what I mean. Anna, it's a left-handed player. Have you played with a left-handed player before?
No, never had left-handed players in my teams.
Yeah, I haven't either, actually. When I see a left-handed coming, it feels a little bit different, but I think you can use it.
But what would you say would be the difference?
Whoa,
It's
whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
stone line slightly different because the stone is being delivered from another hack.
Yes, of course there will be a little difference about capability to the possibility to come around from certain angles.
Is it, would you compare it with left-handed fencing?
No, I wouldn't.
Still, the line is quite close.
But you have more and more left-handed players, I think. Let's see. Okay.
So the yellow stone is open.
Yeah, I think they want to put one in just in the front 12. Partly hidden from the guard, partly making a guard for the stone in the house.
Nej, vänta, Karla nu bara.
Goes a bit heavy.
Börja jobba nu.
Yeah.
Sandra. Oj, oh.
She touched the stone just before the stone stopped.
No, she put that way, so outside. So you can bump it out. Yeah, exactly. So you can.
So according to the rules, the Muirhead has the right to adjust the stone position.
Maybe not.
Okay.
As she thinks the stone would stop without the touching.
Something like that.
Just like a wee bump.
And you can't say anything about if the team like Muirhead moved the stone a little bit more or less what you wanted, because you're never allowed to touch the stone. And if you are touching the stone, you have to face the opponent will do something which would not have been what it should have been without touching. I think they can be happy she even just didn't take the stone away. You just should not touch the stone.
That's also an interesting moment in the curling rules, because the rule says that the stone should be placed where the opponent's skip thinks it will stop. Well, it doesn't mean doesn't say anything any close to the position. Like it doesn't describe anyway. So practically, if Muirhead had the right to say that the stone would stop outside of the house and remove it, but in the beginning of the curling rules there is a small section, but very significant one, named the spirit of curling, and this is a very important part of the curling rules, and it says that it is better to lose the game, but honestly, rather than win it, but in a fair way.
Yeah, and it also says that the game should be won on the ice, not in the rule book. Nothing bad happened. They were doing fair things.
Nej.
We have two arenas in curling facilities in Stockholm. Sandberg is the one, and this one, Danderyd, is the others. We have 8 sheet here, and there are 4 sheets in Sandberg. Anna Asenborg team is from Sandberg, but since this arena here has opened from late August until middle of June, they practice a lot in this arena. And Anna has also achieved a lot of wins, or she has runner-up. I think she was running runner-up for 3 or 4 times in this tournament. So this is one of her favorite places to perform.
Team Hasselborg were runner-ups 4 times in 2007, 10, 11 and 12. But actually as of this year they have changed the competition schedule, so there will be no runner-ups.
I guess we can roll even like.
I like the draw.
As like a lead of...
I think the hit roll's quite hard.
I think there must be...
Yeah.
No, I'm mistaken.
Yeah. There must
Not
be
true. Not true.
There must be a runner-up. Yeah, we have, of course, a bit lack of English knowledge. We're not from England, either of us. Anton is. I'm from Sweden, as you might know, and Anton
I'm
is
from Sweden now too.
Now
but my
you're
roots are
from
going back to Russia.
You have made a very interesting step I love. You have been a Swedish citizen.
Yes.
Yeah. Helping us to grow as a country. Thank you, Anton.
Increased population by 1.
Yeah. But such a nice person. Such a nice person.
Close.
Thank you.
Curl. Swing in here. Swing in here.
Yeah, Eve tried to communicate with the stone. And I'm sure she feels sometimes that she can actually. I do the same, and that's the reason why I'm saying it, because sometimes you really feel you can, affect the stone so it moves a little bit more only because you want.
I think the biggest shouter at stones is Rasmus Stjerne from Denmark.
Yeah.
He just orders the stone to move in the right direction when he plays his stones.
Okay.
And you can see how the stone behaves.
So what are the options here? Hasselborg is sitting 1. She can make a choice from try to guard at 1 and hope Muirhead will miss, or she might try to get on the inside of the blue one and made a hit and roll, sitting 2.
I wouldn't really count on a miss from Eve Muirhead.
No, but I mean, Muirhead will have a possibility to make a tap back either for 1 or make a race down on the yellow one for 2. So Anna has to think about what the capacity of Muirhead is. If she tries to let her try that race or tap back, or no, she wants to take the blue stone out.
Possibly roll inside.
Yeah, but it's dangerous as well. Yeah. Good play.
Yeah, roll inside could remove their stone as well from the house. So 2 yellow stones in.
Yeah. And she forces Eve to score 1. She can't make 0 in this situation, or at least it's too difficult to make a 0, so she just don't want to try that part. She just make a draw.
Same as my draw. Right, okay. They've played a lot of draws up here, so I think it might be pretty slick. Like, it'll keep going in.
Second end.
Last stone.
She have to make it. It's not a tricky shot. It's all shots in curling are a bit tricky all the time. They has to be done.
There's the second end, and the second time the team playing last stone is forced to score 1.
Yeah.
And that proves that the game is gonna
So-
be even more interesting.
If we remember what Anna had predicted for the second end about the tactics, I think Anna won. She wanted to force Eve to take 1, and she did. So Anna at least should be pretty happy. Still, the Scottish team was also happy to save this and getting 1 point.
18.
So 1 point goes to team Scotland, and score is 1-1 after 2 ends.
Right, we just sucked in about behind the centres there, so that'll be fine in the centre. Yeah, short.
De kommer gå på det hårt nu.
Men det gjorde de inte.
Ja. Nej men ja, det var bara att vi som först runt och gjorde det jävligt bra.
En sten i taget.
Du tyckte jag lät dig hänga.
En sten i taget.
Ja, verkligen.
Varje sten bara. Japp.
Så tycker jag tycker fokus så här är att få ut spelet från frifoten. Bra. Ta 2.
Swedish team has 1 more time predicted the ending of the third end, and they were happy about the second end, and now they're aiming for getting 2. So we will see what's going to happen 1 more time.
Meanwhile, Sarreid, lead of Team Muirhead, is starting this end.
Line's good! Line's real good! Right back. Right, Anna, go. Bring to the centre line. Okay, well swept. Good there.
Good, nice weight. I got a fast time on that ball last week. Oh, okay, you're right. I got 6. But I knew that it was wrong. Nice weight, Sarah. I knew they would do that.
Lite tight.
Bra fart.
Front stone from the Scottish team.
Bra fart. Hake.
Ja, bra linjer.
Waiting for the corner here from Hasselborg.
Hake nära.
Vi är här.
Ligger hake.
Behöver inte dra den.
Okay, 10 more.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good distance from the house. Maybe a little bit too wide out on the side, but it's good.
So it's classical tactics being played by both teams.
Yeah.
If Muirhead wants to steal, so she plays a guard in the center, and Team Hasselborg wants to play for 2. And that's why, because they have the last stone, and that's why they have to keep the center open. But before they will start to attack and put the stones in the house, they have to create a base using the free guard zone rule. That's why teams do not pay much attention to the guards placed in front of the house now, and they play mostly their own game so far. And as you can see,
Okay.
Sarah has placed her stone not on the line, under the guard. It can be seen from the hack, and that's why Team Hasselborg decided to attack and play a draw in front of it to create an attacking stone.
Yeah, they just want to make a freeze on the top freeze on that one.
Bra linje. Skott och plats. Karin närmast. Kolla upp.
Liten dutt.
It's one of the key shots the lead has to be able to do all the time, and it's one of the most important shots for them, and she did it. So, good line.
Bra koll.
Vicky Adams started to play with Team Muirhead on the World and European Championships a year later. She appeared for the first time at the World Junior Curling Championship in Östersund in Sweden. And together with Eve Muirhead, they took gold medal there.
It's a really good stone. She find the line, and
30. Good.
it looks like perfect from my angle here.
It's right up to speed. Good.
Det är okej att ticka center också.
Anna is calling for either taking that last stone away or touch the front guard away. Either is it's equal.
Ja, hela vägen. Hårt. Hårt. Hela vägen. Hårt hela vägen. Gå, gå, gå. Hårt hela vägen. Tryck, 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 tryck. Bra så, Karin.
Yeah, and bra. Bra means good in Swedish.
That's correct. The guard is removed. They have the last stone. That means that they have to keep the center line open to minimize the risk. And it's very simple. It's needed for the possibility to place the last stone on the button and win the end in the worst situation. Of course, they want to score 2 points.
Right up to.
But as you have seen in the previous ends, teams were quite aggressive and tough to each other, and both teams with last stones were forced to take 1.
Yeah, after a couple of draws now, the teams are all finding the lines of the ice and everything a bit better than the first draws. And we could see last evening that there was a lot of threes and fourths. 3 points and 4 points hanging up on the scoreboards. Telling that the teams now know the ice a little bit better. They can go closer to the guards coming around and play more aggressive, trusting the ice.
And the guard is placed back as if it always has been there.
Yeah, I think she wanted a little bit more on the right side. On the other hand, it's on the center at the moment, so if Anna makes a little mistake there on the side, Eva is possible now to make a draw more to the button. So that center guard is always useful.
Bra.
She wasn't too happy about that one. It looks good for Scotland at the moment.
Yeah.
And but she has to think about where should she work now. Should she guard on the right side, leaving the left side open for a draw to the button? Or should she try to
I think we need
build
to.
up the
She's
pressure?
just going to wall up that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear how they're
Yeah.
discussing.
Okay.
As long as we cover the path.
She leave the left side and thinks this is the most dangerous part to cover up with the guard.
Okay, line's good. Sarah, keep it moving. You're going to need to finish it.
Sarah!
Hard!
Hard, guys, you've got to go! Come on, go!
It's coming. It's coming. It almost did the work. There is
I think it did.
room there in between. Anna can use if she needs. It looks okay. They played a little bit more far out on the sheet now, and the ice behaved a little bit different, or maybe she was a little bit wide.
Okay.
Looks like a bit outside, so that's why it
Yeah.
went a bit slower.
Yeah,
That way, okay.
it's not that easy. They can't know the ice out there for sure, and they played something which they statistically like, and just made a little mistake.
Yeah! Hard! Hard! Go! Hard!
Oops.
8-0.
So the guard is removed again.
Anna.
Yeah.
You just want to replace that stone. She could use this opportunity to make it just a little bit more on the right side there,
Like that?
and close that gate a little bit more.
Think so.
But then she will open up the line down towards the button also, so we'll see.
Is that a lot of ice? No, that's fine.
That was of course a mistake from Agnes and the team, but it was one of those misses you can take, because they still got rid of the center guard.
Okay, line's good. Line's really good, Vicky.
We're
Keep
moving,
it moving.
Now they prefer to play on the other side. They think they have better feeling for the ice on that side.
Keep it moving.
Yep. Whoa.
They wanted to cover the center line.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's happy. The line is good. Maybe they wanted to come a little bit higher up.
Well, the part of the stone can be
Yeah.
seen from.
I think it was a really good stone there. She must be happy about that one. They made it a little bit more difficult to come around to the bottom,
Because
but not
it's-
much.
Because it got closer to the house.
Yeah, it's still possible to do. They can see almost half the stone down there, but she has to have the perfect speed. And the last stone she made 8-second takeout, and now she has to find a draw to the button and not more. Maximum T plus half a meter, but not more. I can see the line perfect. It looks in the guard already. And they just couldn't keep that line there by sweeping. Still they're there.
But it's very crowded in front of the house now, and 2 shot stones for Team
They do that.
Muirhead.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Even if we were to sit there.
Still,
she
Anna
can
has
get the double.
shots to make.
And take the double on these two. If she
So you think the risk is getting higher and higher for
and
Anna?
then it's taking this.
Yeah, now it looks more dangerous.
What if we play that?
There are other stones she can
Yeah,
work with, and we listen to Eve, what she says.
Yeah, I like that.
And get another one in.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Just there's good.
Yeah.
So that if she
Well-
does do that,
Yeah, but like there's ideal.
I'm just conscious there makes that run double easier. If we go there, the
No, it
distance
makes no
between.
difference to run double through there. How does that make it easier?
Because they're closer together, whereas if
You
they're
think they
there.
run double
Yeah,
number 6, well, I
yeah.
think she's going to run number 4.
Okay,
I think we go.
Okay.
I think. Well, let's go there.
Yeah.
Just touch 4 foot, even full 8 foot. Eh? Pretty slick
again,
up.
if you do nick that,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty slick. And it'll hang, and then go.
Give me a wee bit, Anna. Let's see it.
Because if you do sit up there, you're alright.
Here you can see this is a really strong team. She just don't put up a guard up there.
You don't want to be
She knows she has to do double things. She has to come in behind the stone, which Team Hasselborg just played, and she has to kind of make two things at the same time. So she tries to, I think she tries to come around a little bit there. They decided at the end.
Okay, line's good. Where's the weight? Wall
Easy.
line, wall line.
Line's
Wall
good.
line, say that, line's good. Wall line.
Whoa! Yeah,
Say
go!
that.
Hard!
Say that.
Hard! It's good,
Say
line!
that.
Just go!
Hard.
They want it just behind the
Finish
yellow
it.
stone on the right side there,
Okay, that's alright there. That's it.
preventing the
That's good there,
race.
Wee bit slower up there. I thought I gave that a wee.
Yeah,
That's a good
That's good
shot.
there.
yeah. Could have been even a little bit better if
That's alright.
curl a little bit more, like 10 centimeters more, protecting the race. The line you see there from the yellow down to
Race
the
from the right
bottom.
Yellowstone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it
It's
was
too open.
they closed up on the left side. Now Anna Hasselborg can't do anything there, and they have to make this race. This is only a game about centimeters. Either if the stone had curled a little bit more, 5 more centimeters, or gone maybe 20 meters further in the line, it would have been absolutely perfect.
What we're saying are the most important things in curling?
The centimeters.
The balance,
All those centimeters has to be on
the eye, and the brain.
The eye and the brain is the most important part in curling. That's correct.
I remember once I was playing in one of the Scottish curling clubs in Edinburgh,
Yeah.
and this is
We have to watch this. This is really
I'll tell you the
interesting
story
stone
later.
here. She looks like a girl in harmony.
Oh! Nada!
Ren!
Ja!
Ren! Ja!
Nej!
Whoa!
Ja! Ja!
Whoa!
Nej! Nej!
Good one.
Bra.
Not perfect.
not still good. One
but
stone is
really
away.
good. Yeah. She wanted to stay there, of course,
Härligt.
but she must be pretty happy about getting rid of the shot at least. It opens up
Okay,
a lot more.
make sure we're past that.
The other blue stone from me is easier to
Yeah,
reach
move nice.
for Anna at the next shot.
Same weight as that's good.
Eve will build up the pressure, and I'm sure she wants to make a draw around,
Right round.
going all the way down there to front 4-footer.
I think that's a lot of ice.
Yeah, she needs to cover this opportunity to play draw for the last stone
I think that should be okay.
for Hasselborg in order to keep her advantage.
Yeah.
Or to minimize the chances to do that, to create as much trouble as she can.
She need at least to be better than the other yellow stones. Otherwise there will be a race for 2 maybe from Anna. So
Back it, guys, back it.
No,
Line's
top
good.
button! Top button! Top button! Top button, Vicky! Whoa, just wait!
Line's really good. Line's really good. Yep. Whoa. Prayer. Prayer. Yep.
Hard, right?
Hard. Okay.
It's a great stone.
Good. Good, Eve.
it's a great stone.
Well swept, guys.
Yep, good.
It's almost covered.
Vad säger du? Är det
And,
lättast att dra så, eller?
Anna has to make just a single draw to the button. I don't think she can use the stone. She can, of course, but it's
Nu hade de här
difficult to get rid of that stone and remain better. So she has chosen to just make a draw to the button. And there will be, it could be some, they haven't played any stone far out there on the left side.
Locket där.
So we'll see. This is not an easy shot actually.
Ja.
It's not the area for the draw, it's very narrow. So it's about 2 feet maybe circle.
Spontant känns det ganska bra.
Okay. I'm a bit nervous about this one, I must admit.
Well, the stakes are high.
Yeah.
To steal one, to let the opponents to steal one in this game is...
Or even two. She loves those situations. I think you can see her in her face. This is a situation she likes.
Jättefin linje. Bra linje.
Bra linje!
Jättefin linje, går ganska rakt.
Now it's up to the sweepers.
Bra linje. Kalla nu. Kalla ganska mycket nu. Det är linje, ja.
Jättefin linje!
Hårt. Bara fart.
Jättefin linje!
Bara fart.
Har bara 10 att stanna på. Bra Anna!
Oh, that's a great
Bra
shot.
skott, tjej.
That's a great shot. Get good. Swept, judged, everything. That was a really good team shot.
Bra spel.
Grymt. Härligt.
That's exactly how it should be done by Skip.
Härligt.
And when you are a field player in the team, you always expect side shots from your Skip.
You do, yeah, of course. But as my old teammate Peja Lindholm, I was playing alternate with him for a couple of years, and he said, all you can do is you throw out a piece of coal and the sweepers can make it a diamond of it. Sometimes you play a diamond and the sweeper makes a piece of coal of it, unfortunately. Thank you.
Absolut. Och så-
And here it was a piece of diamond thrown, and sweepers polish it to be a brilliant diamond, I think. Really well played. We can watch a little bit on the other sheets, and we have on the McManus Celebra playing against the Swiss team, and they are 4-3 after 3 ends. Kim from Korea plays versus Holman, and it's 1-1 after 2 ends, I can see. They're a bit lazy about hanging up the numbers.
Lite tight.
We have Pantera playing versus another Swiss team here, Fibringen I think it is. And it's 3 for Switzerland and 1 for Pantera after 3 ends.
Kalla inte jättemycket.
On sheet D, Team Lehman from Germany is playing against Team Gray, and Gray is leading 0-3.
Okay.
On sheet C, Jennifer Jones
Vi närmar oss.
makes tough game for Team Furbergen from Switzerland.
there they
She's
are.
scored 4 in the first hand, and now the score is 4-2. On sheet B, Margareta Sigfridsson is playing against Swiss team Barbizar. Score is 2-1. And on sheet A,
Line straight.
Fujisawa from Japan is playing
No,
Oslo from Sweden. Score is 2-1.
It's okay. Good.
The fourth end is being played in this really good game.
Bra linje. Bra linje.
Again, both teams are playing their own game in the beginning of this end.
Nej, inte gott om plats. Fin linje.
Hassel Muirhead is in the house on the bottom, and Muirhead played the corner guard, an attempt to take 2. And I would say, do you think, Anders, that the team who will steal first and who will take 2 first pretty much will create a strong advantage for themselves?
Yeah, I think so. On the other hand, this game so far is pretty open. There are small mistakes a number of times in every end, and creating situations where things can happen. And since we have those great shot makers at the end, we can expect to see really nice stones coming in every end.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Go, 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 go.
Good
Okay.
throw.
Yep.
Not ideal guard means that your stone is being removed from the house.
De förra var det lite hårda va?
Yeah.
De var så här.
You got punished immediately.
Men nu är det
Well, that's I would say is the beauty of curling when high-level teams are playing. So every mistake you have in the end is pretty much one stone for opponent, and every mistake your opponent makes, they come back to the balance.
That's correct, but don't forget that every time, at least in the beginning of every end, if there are mistakes, also new situations occurs, and from those situations there will be a little bit new situation, which also will be chances.
Skulle jag vänta på den sen. Bra Karin!
Yeah, she could have made a freeze on that one, or she won't just get rid of it. I wouldn't have minded if she had dared to play a freeze on that one. I would have been really nice to put the pressure on Muirhead a bit.
Just easy barrier.
Yeah.
Now there is space for room for Muirhead to hit that one away and make a hit and roll. She has 2 stones to hit and roll behind. The room is not that much. I think she can only reach the coming behind the yellow front guard.
Very close to the guard.
Yeah, it's curled that much. She could come far out on the other side, and that was even better.
It was her second one the first time.
And now it's on the side. Is it covered by the guard or not really?
Different stone.
Looks like no. It's
It
more
looks like
outside.
open,
Yep.
if you see what Anna is showing.
Yeah, that's fine, but she was just thinking, I was just making sure she knew it wasn't. Yeah, that's fine.
Normal takeout. It should be fully open. Nine-second normal takeout. It's a pretty hard stone. Normally the stronger teams try to play a little bit slower to be able to hit and stay, and also hit and roll and steer the stone better by the sweeping. But I think she felt now she plays a little bit more out on the side, and they always on ices can be a little bit more slower ice on the side, and she wanted to keep the speed up a bit. And she was also surprised about the line. She expected more curl.
Ja, chaffen är bra. Ja, precis. På chaffen. Precis, exakt.
Anna, satte jag ut den där mycket eller? Den gick ju spikrak.
So even though there are no stones in the
Jag
house,
tyckte kraft utåt. Det gick jävligt bra.
the guards are in place.
It does hold, it stays
Yeah.
in
It's another attempt
Yeah.
by Vicky Adams to draw
Yeah,
behind
and
the
she
guard.
can really start to build up the pressure this end by this in this situation. There is no provocation, just has to draw. She just has to come around this
Okay,
card.
wait, it's okay.
And I used the word she has to, like she should. Of course, it's not that easy, but this is a real situation. She preferred to make the tap back there. This is really a situation where the good team makes those shots.
Go, 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 go.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll just make sure.
it's enough.
Okay.
It could have been better, but it's enough. It's partly covered, and I can't hit and stay in the house.
Så lämna den. Bara spela av den, eller?
Jag kan tycka det.
Alternativet är den, men...
And this is also a situation where Anna could leave those stones out there on the side and just play a draw around the center guard down to the bottom if she feels confident with it. But obviously she don't, so just play a little bit more
Jag funderar också på det.
defense.
I think she minimizes risk for herself now by removing the
Well,
stone,
you see,
playing more
see
careful.
now they are thinking about it.
Så, då har de den och då splittar de 2 tempo.
Yeah. She actually don't fully trust her player at the moment.
Den!
She talks about if Agnes only half hide the stone behind, and what can happen if she just don't bury it perfectly. So she's actually taking in thought about
Jag vet
miss.
inte riktigt varför, för de kommer ändå inte runda den. De kommer runda centern ändå.
She's changing tasks.
Yeah,
Looks like
she's
she's not
thinking a
really
lot at the
confident.
moment.
Yeah.
Wow!
Takeout has always been one of Agnes' key shots, what she really loves to play. She has been playing the second player for a number of years, and on that position you quite often play a hard take, so she can play really, really hard takeouts, Agnes.
Okay, like 25 for me? Yeah.
And now Eve noticed that Anna was almost thinking about making the draw around the center guard, so Eve preferred to be the first one around there. She understands if she makes another tap back out on the side, Anna will change to make the come around the front guard. So she wants to be the first one around there, which I think is a wise step from Eve.
Don't go with the time.
I agree.
Don't go with the time. Yeah!
Hard line! Whoa, just wait, just wait! Whoa,
Yeah!
let it stop.
Oh,
Okay, whoa.
Stone curls.
I think it will over curl a little bit, or
Yeah, looks like. Might be a bit behind.
a little bit too hard.
Yeah. Too
That
hard
line's hard.
and
You laid
too
your one
open.
fine.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
From her point of view, I think she considered it like actually like a mistake. It sounds tough to say, but and it is. I think so too. On this level, that stone has to be in front of the T line first of it. It
Yeah.
has to be.
So with a
he-
good shot from Agnes and good draw, they can put their stone.
Yeah, it could be
Right in front of the
yeah,
blue
of
one.
course, if she makes one draw now, it will be probably force one or even a steal.
Bra linje nu! Bakåt! Jättefin linje! Ja, bra fart! 4!
That's good.
Ta det lugnt, kolla!
Line is good, speed is good.
Wow, wow!
That's what team is communicating.
Yeah,
Here it comes.
sorry.
I think it's good. Still, you can reach it from. She can choose side. She can even reach it from playing around from the right side, actually, coming around the center guard on the right side. Now she knows the line, she knows the speed, and Anna also is a left-handed player. It will be easier to come from this side, and she will probably come on top of it and even make a little tap back to separate the yellow and the blue one, so she can get rid of the yellow stone later. I think it looks a bit slow.
It looks slower than it
Curls
was
a lot,
before, but
curls a lot.
goes well on sweeping, and it passes the guard a bit further than it was with the previous shot. And
Yeah, it's not the best shot. They are not sitting shot, but it's really dangerous now for Anna.
that's sweat.
That shot she has is a scared shot. Yeah, you hear those voices from the skips if they are happy about the situation or not. At the moment, you can feel a bit disappointed maybe, Bury, but on the other hand, there are a couple of more stones, and it can end up in 2. It can end up in even in 3 points for Muirhead.
Den är ju bra så
But
också.
we'll see what Anna's gonna do.
Men så här är väl optimalt? Vad sa du?
so, what are the options here, do you think? One is to cover it up.
Yeah, they
to
can't be
protect the
just
stone
too
you have.
passive. They have to come down a bit, and
Så länge den är halvjämn känns ju linjen.
Is there a sense to play another draw in this situation?
race on it and open up the situation. I guess he will play some kind of clearing takeout somewhere here, or at least some kind of takeout to open up. She has to move one or two of those rocks. I think Anna can even touch the center guard if she's a bit short and split them a little bit.
But she
Not
needs
too
to keep
much,
her
of course.
stone in front of the house, like in the front part.
Yeah, she won't.
Gå då, bra linje!
Bra linje!
Kolla!
Curla, curla!
Wow!
Wow.
Nej, nej, nej!
It's a little bit too hard. It's a little
Looks
bit
like a bit
harder than I
outside.
expected.
Curls.
Yeah, it went, I think, like 1 meter, a little bit too far, coming a little bit too close, and it opens up for an interesting race from the. You can race the blue stone, the cornerstone there.
They moved it a bit outside from the guy. From behind the guy.
Yeah,
So,
Eve has a really nice shot. She can use it now, or she can use it later. And she just wants to come around now, play a little taps,
let's go real tight to the guard.
Yeah.
If we nick the guard, it's okay.
We listen to them.
It's kind of like similar weight to your first one, I think. My intern will finish nice too. Give me a little bit.
So that's what they're trying to do.
Not a lot else.
They want to make one, and they want to separate the yellow one and the blue one, which is behind the yellow one.
Back four, back
So
eight.
the line is clear, open to get rid of the yellow one later. And maybe they can even get rid of the both yellows. We'll see. There will be situations. But it's close. She has to come around. She can't see that much. It has to be perfect speed, perfect line.
Yes! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! Yeah! Hard! Hard!
Whoa!
Okay, whoa! 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 Go, Becky. Okay.
Curled into the guard.
Yeah, I think we can call it a mistake. Still, she will have two options for making a nice shot from the side. She can make the race from either of those blue stones. Corner guards out on the side, they are not that difficult for her. And Anna has to understand these. That will happen. And I think she wants to have maybe another stone in the house. I'm not sure she's satisfied with only a guard. I think only playing the guard here is really dangerous against a player of the level as Muirhead has.
Hennes går ute för ett tror jag.
But on the other hand, if you will keep
Nej.
this gap between yellow and blue stone open, it's also not really good option.
Eller ska jag åka upp och kolla det? Eller jag tror verkligen att det är... Fast min spontan att nej, men den är för... Ja.
We have some talk on the hack. The sweepers are not really satisfied about how the situation looks like. They have ideas.
Bra linje! Karla! Wow, wow! Sandra!
Bra
Looks
linje.
like they just want to
Bra
guard.
linje. Bra linje. Bara
Bra
stanna.
linjeslag!
Liten styrning.
Ja, ja,
Ja,
ja!
ja, ja.
We can't see the line perfectly from up here, but I think it's not that difficult to play a race double on the side blue cornerstone there. I think she can even score. Maybe she can score
I think so.
2 at least. Maybe
I
even
think it's
3.
possible when if
Probably, eh?
We like that
the
just
stone
high
goes
up low.
right between the stones and
Controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with the yellow stone a bit on the
she-
right.
Remember my hit and roll
She
came a
thinks
lot.
it's really
Could you
easy.
brush up here, would you?
I don't know if you can use the word
Yeah.
easier to
No,
just
don't be
make this
close
race for making one, and she don't want to dare anything playing on the side there. And I'm sure she can see those angles better than me from here.
You want that yellow in there. Just controlled. Remember I had that hit and roll? Yeah. Well, we just went just an inch high of nose, but that hit and roll mine came a fair bit. So let's go kind of similar.
That means Anna made a good choice. She of course also know about these angles, and she could see that that angle from the side wasn't that dangerous, and that's the reason why she also played the front guard.
Whoa!
and that's the last stone on this end.
They're not satisfied with the line at all.
Yeah. Whoa!
They try to make a touch.
Okay.
Yeah, she tried to make a little touch on the side there to correct the mistakes, but they were a little bit unlucky,
Unfortunately
and
not.
we see
So-
still a 1.
And the score becomes 3-1 for Team Hasselborg.
the organization about from Stockholm Ladies Curling Cup here in Stockholm. They had a goal to make this tournament the biggest in Europe over 3 years, and actually I think they've made it. I haven't seen any tournament, at least about money-wise, bigger than this tournament. I've been around for a lot of tournaments, and we have really nice ones in Scotland and Switzerland and other places too in Europe, but I must say this one is as good as the others at the moment, and I think the number of the amount of money the winner will get is the highest we have had on the women's side and in Europe in any time.
So speaking about figures, the total prize pot is 250,000 Swedish SEK, Swedish crowns, which is
people don't know about the Swedish crown,
which is about 38,000 American dollars.
It is okay,
or 28,000 euro.
Yeah, and the winner will get 100,000, which is about
11,000 euro.
Okay, euro. Now you change. It was dollar before. Still is pretty much. And it's good, and we like that. And the goals are even higher from the organizing committee. And we're looking forward to see it, to see this tournament grow. We had a Pro-Am Thursday evening. Some of the teams participated, and it was really nice. And those sponsors, they were happy about the Pro-Am. They loved to play with the girls, and we had Olympic medalist, gold medalist, Jennifer Jones was playing one of those teams. And
with Muirhead, also Olympic medalist.
Yeah, but she wasn't on the Pro-Am. I didn't, or was she? Yeah, but no, I don't think she was there at the Pro-Am Thursday evening. Still,
no, I'm not sure.
Still, it was a really nice evening. And the opening ceremony, the first stone on the opening ceremony was played by our superstar hero Peter Forsberg, the great ice hockey player. And Anton is from Russia from the beginning. He don't like to hear about those Swedish ice hockey players scoring so many goals on Russia. But nowadays you have to cheer for our Swedish guys.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Sverige.
So we have the Russian team Sidorova here, by the way, and they have done really good. They won all the games super confident. I think they beat Jennifer Jones
in the first game.
Yeah, even quite easy actually, and they just killed the young Swedish team Pantera. And after they played another game as well, they have killed that. I call it the Russian ballet at the moment. Actually, they play so good.
And Stockholm Ladies Curling Cup is a competition with a history. It's not just appeared in the curling world. It is being played for the 24th time.
Yeah. We had this building for 8 or 9 years, and before it was another arena, a bit in the neighborhood here, where we also had this tournament. Okay, we have Hasselborg, Team Golldreson in the lead, 3-1 after a steal of 1 in the 4th end. Playing against Team Muirhead, Scotland. And we have the kind of, we call it the normal setup here. You try to make up the corner guards for being able to score a juice or more, which you can. And Anna is making the thing, which is quite normal, putting the first stone in the house. And she wants to play a guard, close guard, not too close. Maybe 1 meter from the house would be perfect.
And even Muirhead will have to recover after the steal by scoring 2 preferably in this end. And to restore the balance in the scores.
There was one single draw from, I think it was Sloan. It was a little bit too deep coming behind the tee.
Yep.
And it looks like a really good stone, but as we were talking here, it was really a big mistake at the same time because it was behind the tee, and she got punished immediately by a super draw from Agnes.
As we said, every mistake in the game of this level is one stone for opponent.
It costs. But here we see another mistake. She was a little bit too far coming in deep in the house, and immediately Eve can use that stone for trying to tap it a bit back in the back house, or now she even tries to hit it away and use it for making a hit and roll. But the line is not even close. Actually, that's
Yep, to
Whoa.
the wing. Yep, yep, yep,
also a
yep.
big mistake.
Good.
Still, the
Good,
stone is in the
that's
house, which will put a bit of a pressure on the Hasselborg team. They have to react on that stone out on the side there.
Good, Sarah. That's fine. Just up weight. Yeah.
Ren! Bara ren! Oh, oh!
The production today is made by the company
Mycket.
called Iterum, and it's an education company, and this is co-production with students learning how to work in media. Today about broadcasting, television,
Similar weight.
web television, and things
Yeah.
like this. So they are
Cool.
doing everything about the production today.
So don't be surprised if something doesn't go well.
Yeah, but we
That's,
like them to be there because we will have more
Wait,
people
very
dealing with
close.
television like ours.
Exactly, and that means potentially more curling games for all of us in the nearest future.
Hi! Whoa, whoa! Just here.
So there comes a nice shot here.
Off, 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 off. Off, 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 off. Okay, good.
Good.
Perfect.
Nice classic curling.
I looked after.
Come around the corner guard, build up the pressure, keep it,
Bara spela
and
ut
try
den
to
då.
score juice.
Man
No
kan
panic
kicka
from
garden
Eve.
så.
Just
Hack!
good.
Confidence
curling.
in her own game, yes. And Hasselborg tries to reach that stone. Looks like 1/3 of the stone is seen from behind the guard.
Something like that. Or a little bit more actually. Still,
Possible to peel it off, but in the worst case, if the stone curls, then I will remove the guard.
yeah, but in this situation she can even by mistake tap that one in the house. But she has a good line, this is a good
Bara
stone.
rent, ligger bra. Rent, ja ligger perfekt. Rent gärna. Japp,
Really good.
grymt Karin.
Nice touch.
Grymt spel Karin.
So 2 yellow stones are in the house, but Eve doesn't pay attention to them. She keeps playing her own game.
She's not afraid of the opponent's stone, she uses them.
Exactly.
That's what you're gonna see among the top players. They use the opponent's stone, they're not afraid of them.
Line's good. Weight's good.
At least not in the start of the end. You have to be afraid of them in the end of the game. In the end of the end.
Just clean in.
You've got
Just
to be
clean in.
there.
Yeah, we're there.
But not too far past it.
We're there. Just clean
Another
in.
nice draw. This has a little bit better line.
Good.
Good.
Second nice draw from Vicky Adams
Oh.
in this end.
Har du någonting?
How much of that stone can you see, Anders?
Not much.
No? Better cover than the previous one.
Ja, precis.
The corner guard is maybe 1 meter too high. It would have been better for Eve if it was a little bit closer to the house actually, because it's curling that much. So it doesn't give them much space for coming around and being
Vicka
a
får ligga 3!
really good stone. And they made, I think they made 100% out of this shot coming around. It's not possible to make it better.
Ren!
Precis.
Vad är det?
Precis.
Ja! Nej! Ren! Här! Oh! Här! Nära! Här! Oh, oh!
Has a good line.
Ren nu!
Just has to wait for the curve to come.
Oh! Här. Ta den här.
It's good.
Great shot.
Yeah.
Stone is removed.
There's another stone in the house now, and it looks like there's more pressure on, but still Eve doesn't care about the opponent's stone. She just uses them for her game, and now she has one more to use.
Okay.
She needs to get the stone in the house behind the guard that will not be removed by the opponents, and then she will be able to start to attack. But before that, she has to create a good position.
Yeah, but it looks like she's a little bit. You see what you're gonna do here? She don't like to have them there, of course. She has to move them.
The
We'll
amount
see
of
if she wants to
stones,
get
the
rid
amount
of them
yellow
or...
stones growing.
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Yeah, she wanted to take them both away. So she was a little bit afraid of them still.
Well, she was asking for roll, preferably, on the left
Yeah.
behind, but didn't happen.
Yeah, it's only 2 points after, and she has to hammer, so she don't have to be that aggressive, and that's the choice she has made. It has to be balanced. If you go too hard, play too aggressive, you end up losing one more steal maybe. So
Ah, snyggt.
yeah, good stone. Now they're using the guard.
Yeah.
Looks like they have closed the lines for Eve. She wants to come around, tap it,
Just like,
and stay in front of it.
okay, I think like a positive 20.
They're repeating the shot of
Get the
Hasselborg
line
team,
right.
made one before.
Okay.
So you just want to tap this yellow one a little bit back behind the T line or coming out on red. Let's see.
He's good, he's tough!
Line's good! Heads up!
Hard! Whoa, whoa!
Whoa! Whoa!
No, never!
Whoa!
Stone isn't coming at all. It doesn't curl.
Okay.
The speed was quite okay. It just didn't catch curl. She was talking about when she was sitting on the hack with her
When I let it go.
team sweepers about releasing it a bit positive.
Good weight.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch her play it. Maybe that's what she did. And then she kind of killed the curl for 5-8 meters on the sheet before it started to curl, and it was a little bit too late. But that was what you're doing in a good team. You're talking about the stone, what you think you need to do, the way to release the stone. But I'm not sure she was. She had explained that to Eve. She was what she was about to do.
Hänga frifoten.
I'm not sure Eve wanted to have this positive delivery.
She wants her stone to be there in front of the yellow stone. So now it's we can say was kind of turning point in this end.
Well, there is a lot more.
Yeah.
Eve still has the corner guard to hide behind.
She has only 2 stones left.
And I want to keep the game a little bit more on the left side, to keep it away from the corner guard. She tried to hit and roll a bit out on the left side, but you see what you decided. Could you see if she wants to make a hit
We want to be there.
or just coming
Just
around
a
the
draw?
guard? Yeah,
Yeah.
just a draw,
Okay.
which of course is dangerous for her, leaving the stones close to the bottom.
Make sure we're shot.
It's impressive to see this confidence when you have like 3 stones in the house, you have 2 stones left to play, you still play behind the corner guard.
It is, for sure it
For
is.
2.
Yeah.
That's
Same as what I've been thrown.
that's amazing confidence.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't play like that.
I think you see what will happen.
Whoa, line's good. Whoa, Vicky.
There is no line at the moment.
Line's good.
Smash
No
it.
line at the moment at all. It's far from the guard.
Take it behind it. Take it behind it.
Yep. Go, Vicky. Go, Vicky, hard.
Still, it's a second stone. And Anna should or probably will react on it. Take it away.
It's hard.
She can choose, of course, if she wants to play the guard.
Hon spelade, tryckte dit,
But
så
it's
den var ju hack.
really dangerous to play the guard.
Där,
If she misses it, you already will score 2.
Would it make sense to play a draw on top of this blue stone?
Yeah, or take it away and
Hack då.
keep the pressure with 3.
Jag har
Yeah,
inte in.
she wants to take it away. sitting 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Trying to make the line as difficult for Anna as possible. For Eve as possible.
Nej, jag tror att du för jag tyckte du satte den ganska rakt.
The interesting
tänkte
thing
att
is
det var
now we have seen at least 2 stones not curling much. I mean bending. And Anna will keep playing a little bit harder now, heck weight. And if she can't find the curl,
Lätt spår då.
it could be straighter than she wanted. Sloane's stone was straighter than she wanted, and also Muirhead's stone was straighter than she wanted. And here comes an even harder one.
So the thing is the ice which is being changed. Changing through the
They
game.
have to wait for the curl.
Helt då!
You see there, it's a bit dangerous situation for them. It comes. It was just enough. Well played.
So 3 stones sitting in the house. The pressure is on Eve on one hand. On the other hand,
Bra.
the yellow stone is open. And it's just hit and stay which is needed.
Did you use the
Okay,
word just
kinda
hit
solid.
and stay?
Yes. Just hit and just stay.
Yeah. The last shot in curling is not like any other shot in curling in every end. And of course, the last shot for the game. The last shot for the game isn't like any other shot in curling.
Clean.
Well then,
It should,
just clean.
but it
clean,
isn't.
Clean.
Clean.
You
Whoa.
know what the pressure is.
Clean.
And
Good, Eve.
Yep. It's her job. She did it.
One.
it is.
One for Scotland.
Right.
So the score is 3-2 for Team Hasselborg. Hasselborg will play next round with the last stone.
Yeah, let's
And the
get
game
these two-
looks
yeah, get these-
so
Yeah.
far under their control.
Oh, sorry. Get our stone placement right.
Yeah.
Can we talk a bit about the results in all the other games?
Perfect. And then if you just get them piled on, so it gets
Yeah.
some good
We
angle for it.
bumpy shot.
Right.
Of course.
We have played 5 ends here, and the updating has been done pretty good. We have between Fujisawa from Japan and Östlund, Team Alemark from Sweden. We have 3-2 for Japan after 5 ends.
And should be Team Sigfridsson from Sweden versus Team Barbzat Switzerland. 4-2.
Same way as
Switzerland
you
is
can play.
Sigfridsson is in lead.
And Jennifer Jones, gold medalist from the latest Olympics, playing versus the young girls from Switzerland, Fürbringer, and they have 6-2 after 4 ends. It looks like Jones will win that game.
Yep, Shedi Lehman from Germany versus Jay from Scotland. 4-3 because Lehman managed to take 3 in the third end and still 1 in the fourth.
Yeah, and both team has been stolen. Gray had a lead there with 3-0 after 2 ends, and then Lehman has coming back.
Good, Sarah, nice way.
And Lehman hasn't
Good
done
way.
very well so far. I think they have 2 or 3 losses from yesterday. So they are doing better now. Sheet E here, Hasselborg we know. We can talk about the Pantera game, the Vrano from Sweden versus Pets from Switzerland. It's 5 for Switzerland, 3 for Vrano.
And Shedi Kim from Korea have a tight game versus Canadian Team Holman. The score is 1-1.
Bra linje!
Team Korea from Kim, they have been here for a week or more.
More, a couple of weeks.
Yeah. No, I think 1 week or 10 days they've been here in this arena, practicing 2 or 3 times every day actually. I told them the ice will be different from during the practice, and I told them the stones will also be different during the practice, but
Bra bedömt.
they have been here, trying to prepare as much as possible. They have the long-term plan for their Olympic in what is it, Pyeongchang or what? I don't know.
Pyeongchang.
Something like this, 2018. So they have a lot of money for preparing.
Okay, wait, it's all there just
The
now.
last sheet we have also Team McManus from Sweden playing versus Yagi, Switzerland. Good game, 5-4. After 5 ends, Jackie is in the lead, 5-4.
Line only, we're bumping.
And we're coming back on sheet E.
That's good there.
Good, Sarah.
It's fine.
I looked after.
So now we'll have a draw to the button end here.
Oj jävlar, satan.
Eve put up the guard, front guard. Has waited. And Anna tries to come around. First donut immediately. She don't need a corner guard in this situation. She's in control of the game. She like to have one in the sixth, and it's okay. She preferred two, of course, but she don't want to take any risks, so she tries to come around. He was played a little bit too hard, and Scotland came after. Now we will have a duel about teams drawing to the bottom, and we can expect a takeout later.
So this still will not be easy for Team Scotland.
Go, go, go! Måste skott! Go, go, go! Hela vägen! Gå! Måste skott! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Bra Sander.
Yeah, she had a good
But
line.
good sweeping.
Good line. And Eve just can't leave that stone without anything. She has to work with it in some way, so she tries to make the corner freeze to create the energy line. And on like energy line will miss the blue one. She tries to make the corner freeze on this yellow stone on the top 4 foot.
Okay, wait's on there just now.
Okay,
Wait's
just
good.
top 4.
Wait's good.
Just top 4.
Wait's on there. Line only. Wait's
Line
good.
is good. Whoa. Where?
Wait's good. 5.
Looks lost, guys.
5, 6.
No bump. No
5,
bump.
6.
Hard.
It's coming.
Oh, good whistle.
Good,
That's
Becky.
nice.
Good shot.
Good
That's
stone.
really 100% what she could do.
Well looked after. Good.
So time to switch to takeouts.
Good.
The weight came off it.
Yeah, she wants to get rid of it, of course. She has the last stone, and still she tries to not hit too much on the side and possibly make a corner guard out of it. She still tries to play for scoring a deuce or more.
Bra Sad.
Good peel.
Yeah, it was one of those good misses.
Karin.
Four is.
Of course, the guard should come back now. Placed back by Vicky Adams.
Okay, wait's good. 3.
Just touch centre line.
3.
Just touch centre line.
3. 3, 4.
Just touch centre line.
4.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
3, 4, 4. 4.
No, no, no.
4, 6.
Just a little bit too far. They wanted it to be maybe 1 meter higher up, or even 2. But there is no catastrophe. The thing is now Anna can hit the stone and still remain in the house, which could make a difference in the end of this end. The difference between scoring 2
Oh, nära!
or 3
Nej!
or
Nej!
1 or 2.
Wow, wow! Wow! Nära! Ja! Ja!
This time curls and it goes.
Grymt!
Yep.
Grymt Karin!
Yeah.
Snyggt! Bra.
So to strengthen defense now for Scottish team.
This is a dangerous situation for Eve Muirhead now. She called for a guard. And it's possible to get rid of the blowstone actually. It's not open, but you can see some centimeters there.
Okay, line's good.
And it's possible to get it away.
Just here.
So it
You
might
throw the
up
second
with
yellow
this
stone.
this guard could be a guard for the Swedish team.
Line's
So it's
Hard, guys.
a little bit dangerous game of Eve at the moment, I
Hard,
think.
Ricky. No, keep going, keep going. Keep shot, guys. Good there. Nice shot.
Though I don't think Anna will try to get rid of the blue stone. She could. I think she might want to get rid of the, but she's thinking about it.
Bara sätta rakt, chop, chop.
Play through all the stones.
She could actually come down and either make corner freeze on the blue one or make a little bit split of the yellow one. Yeah, to open up and have something to hit on from at the end, making 2 or 3 points. The corner guard from you can be a good one for the Swedish team at the end.
Ja, men faktiskt. Ja.
Yeah, I understand this is a situation for the timeout, and we will see the father of Anna, Michael Hasselborg,
Absolut.
who has a lot of experiences in curling,
Dubbel in, vilken.
also playing the World Championships and European Championships for 20 years ago, or more, 30 years ago actually.
Om du bara rullar av det, river någon liksom. Nej men bara att om man gör delningen så här. Alltså det kan ju riska att bara så här, dela den dit och så har de en TT in.
Where is Michael?
Så här, vi kan ju skjuta den ner och bara försöka få rörelse.
So Michael's on the way,
liksom.
and his first appearance at the World Arena was in 1983 at the World Curling Championship, playing for Sweden.
I'm not
where
surprised.
he ended up 4th. But then in 1985 at the Worlds,
Glasgow,
they took silver.
silver medalists versus, I think it was Al Hackner. They had a great situation where they could
Alltså där.
make the game, but Al did some nice shot, and I think they scored 3.
Låser vi oss ännu mer.
And
Och här
Michael
stänger vi också
Hasselborg
ner.
has also 2 medals set from European European Championship 1990 it was gold, and bronze in 1994.
It's one of the families, you can say, in Swedish curling, Hasselborg family. Also Michael's father, Kurt, was playing curling. So this is the 3rd generation now what we see with Anna Hasselborg. She also has her brother Marcus, who is a really good player also, top player in Sweden. She has a cousin, Mia, also play there, at least European in the world. So this is a family who has been living, eating, loving, sleeping, curling for a number of years.
How many generations Kraut family was playing curling?
It's only 2. It's me and my children, yeah. So.
Vad sa du? Ja, precis. Hacksar.
We had a situation where we could, we can follow this stone first, and then I have to tell you a nice story about Michael.
Vänta. Wow. Hack. Ja. Nej. Wow.
Hacksar!
Nära. Ja. Wow. Ja. Hårt. Hårt hela vägen. Gå, gå, gå. Hårt hela vägen. Gå. Sandra. Gå, gå, gå.
Yeah. They wanted to create a situation where they have 2 stones to work on to getting closer to the blue one later. I think we listen to Eve now instead of my story. Remind me about the story, because I like that story. It has to be known for people.
Jättebra spel.
So
I like
we were
that call.
thinking about using this cornerstones to attack, to play a role inside.
I think this could even be a situation where Eve also want to have a timeout.
Yep.
This is a really critical situation for her, and
so the players are coming to the house.
yeah.
Pretty easy double for them.
Yeah,
Off that one.
off that
Pretty
one I
easy
think
double
it's for easier
them,
for
off that
them.
one.
I think we go off that one.
So
Yeah.
that we do throw another guard. Yeah, you can. Well, mind your shooter's going to be up here, Vic. either that or we do go top 12 again, like you said, or even like here. Yeah.
Another one stone. My first thought was corner feet there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. The only thing we need to watch is if we need to have something to use, yeah.
Okay, corner fees that?
Yeah, you like that?
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay, I think this will swing lots.
Is that the side what corner fees it on? Yeah. Okay, just here.
Is
It's a
that the
good
side,
choice.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
I like that.
Okay.
Why would it make situation stronger?
Yeah, of
Scotland?
course they are afraid of a big house here, and they have to be there. They are solving a couple of things which might happen in the future.
I'm just thinking, we corner freeze, that was my first thought. We corner freeze, she's going to go for that.
Yeah.
Then what do we do? Because the angles aren't great for us if we corner freeze.
Assuming she makes that.
Yeah.
Assuming she makes that, she's going to sit out slightly.
You know what I mean? If we're sitting here,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
it might
guess
be
we
better
can
if
use
she
that.
comes around from the other side.
This is your first, isn't it?
no, this is my second.
Your second. Well, I'm still going to... Yeah, let's corner fees now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I agree with Sloan asking what's going to happen if they make the perfect corner freeze, and also Anna Hasselborg make her second stone there, or
Yeah,
the hit and roll and hit.
We just need to watch the angles.
What do you call it? Hit and I don't know what the word is in English actually when you make a hit on your own and then hit the
Yeah.
opponent's stone out.
I don't know if
What do you say?
much, you know.
It's not a double takeout because you hit one of your own way out as well. Sorry for not knowing, but
We're also commentator trainees
Do you
in
like
this.
that?
yeah, for sure.
I think so. I just think that she's got a lot of options. See if we corner freeze, the angles still won't be
Normal
great for
up!
us.
Anna, normal up!
Okay.
In Swedish we
Okay,
would
so they
call
changed
it
the
a
decision.
double on our own. We would call it, I think. Make a double on our own. Using our own. Yeah.
No.
Still it will not make a big difference.
Becky!
Independently what she's doing there,
That's good there.
she will give Hasselborg a great chance of changing this end dramatically.
I think that's all right there. Yeah.
And that was the risk I could feel
mind
from
that.
Eve when putting up that high guard.
Enough, so I think
Yeah.
It could be
I
a
would-
guard for
yeah.
the Swedish team.
I think
And maybe it was a sign of underestimating from Eve. Not thinking Hasselborg could deal with that situation. And I think Hasselborg deal with it
Elva!
really perfect.
So isn't it a good moment for a story they want to tell?
No, I want to follow these stones. This end will be really interesting and all the way down to the last stone.
Looks like the story is long. So
No,
keep intrigue.
no. Yeah, we have to wait for it. And first of all, we have to watch the curling, really here. She need just a little touch on the out blue stone there, not more than maybe 2, 3, 4 centimeters. Yeah, that was a mistake, of course. It's far from what you wanted.
So again, situation changes in the scene again.
Yeah.
You can't
we could do that.
hack.
2 stones left for
We
each
normally
team.
come like mine.
Yeah, that's true.
What weight are you wanting to play? Like barrier?
Like, no, let's go hack, like kind of solid hack.
Okay, solid hack.
like solid hack. If we can get the perfect roll right in behind.
These critical situations where you get those chances, you really have to take them.
But you still have to stay cold-minded.
Yeah, now they have to forget it and try to look forward.
Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, stay
Yep.
close, yep.
Whoa! Yay! Hi, Ricky! Whoa, yay! Whoa, yay! Yeah, 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 yeah!
Whoa.
Whoa!
Good.
Yeah, good play.
Ja, tjack med en
A little
sarg
bit outside.
Yeah,
så att vi orkar få dela och ligga två då.
they can, if they can come really close to the high guard there, high front guard, it's possible to even make a double and sit 3.
Looks like that, yes.
From my angle it looks like it could be possible,
Vi bara funderar klart.
but they must have the perfect speed. I think it's
Men spela sarg.
a little bit
för att jag menar,
more
om vi
than
delar
hack
ut
weight
den
maybe.
bara så har vi fått en betydligt större.
Absolut.
How much of the stone is out? Like half of the stone?
I think there is room enough actually for. It's just a question about which speed
Yeah.
she preferred to play. They need
Guard
the
is
curl.
quite high.
Sarg.
Enough room to curl.
Yes.
There is
Din var
for
typ
sure.
såhär, den var ju sarg och den var ju typ 11-2 eller något sånt där. Lite mindre Karin!
I think they should come close to the guard, but even if they come maybe 5 centimeters from the front guard, I think
They're
they
too
can
good
do
on
it
stem.
good enough. They found chewing gum under the stone here, which is not what you want when you play as a fourth player. You don't want a chewing gum at any time under the curling stone.
Not for any player.
Who is chewing gum at the moment, Anton? Can we make an investigation here? It should be probably one of the players. We're not suspecting anyone, of course. It's not that's not the case, but still, it's interesting. Who is the sugar or chewing gum?
It happens when the stone picks something.
Yeah.
Japp! Japp! Hårt! Hårt! Hårt!
Nej.
It looks interesting.
Nej!
Needs to curl.
Wow! Wow!
Nära.
Hårt Karin!
Yeah. They didn't get it as they wanted it, but still, it looks dangerous for Eve.
Guard.
On the other hand, it
The
looks a
stone
bit
is under
dangerous
attack.
also for Anna.
Although is that there?
We have a nice game here, Anton.
Yeah, absolutely. Every shot, you don't know what will come after each shot.
Every end has
good.
interesting,
There's
really
good.
interesting situations for both teams.
Guard the path.
Right, I think
Okay,
we're
they
gonna
hang out and then they come at the end.
need, we're going to need that, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Here.
Yeah, you want it right there.
Is she really trying to play just the guard?
Looks like.
Let's take enough.
That's also dangerous. Really dangerous. The player like Anna's capacity, she can make a touch on the stone, which is on the 12 foot
maybe a
out
wee
on the
bit
side
less.
there. Just hit that one,
Even less yet.
But
1
what do you
centimeter,
think?
2 centimeter, and you can raise it in between and take 4.
What do you think about open
As
left
long as we
side?
cover the path.
Well, we're just thinking
Can be
that's
tapped from
like
left.
taxed a little bit.
We listen to them there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that. Take less yet, or? Okay.
I think it might even be possible to come around from the other side of the center guard and tap the blue one out also if you play back 8. It might be possible.
Okay, cover the path. Line's good right here.
She feels satisfied
Easy, line's
just
good.
playing the guard.
Line's good. Ricky, no. Sarah, stay on it. Sarah.
Keep it moving,
Guys,
line's
overlook.
good.
It's curling far too much.
Right to Anna's brush.
They cover the,
Yep.
they cover the room in between there. Or, no, there is a hole. There is, they can
There's a way through.
come down there in between.
Lättast, eller hålet.
Yeah, that's
So
the
those are two
question.
options that they're discussing.
Yeah.
Jag tycker inte hålet.
Come around with a back 8 or something, or play in the hole for
Hålet är ju dock
scoring.
bara en 8, då har vi träff på den. Ja. Nej.
So I'd say the
Vi har
risk
ju
when you
ganska
play
mycket
it through the hole
marginal
is
på den här.
that you can touch one of the guards. If you play
course,
on
of
the left
course.
side, might
course.
be a bit short or not curl
She
enough.
can
the
make
blue
the shot
side can
from
stay.
from either side, either hand.
Vad
It's
säger
more a
du?
question about coming into there.
Alltså, rent spontant känns ju den här enklare. Det känns som vi har lite mer marginaler på den liksom.
Ja. Eller det har vi egentligen inte här.
She
Det är ju
will,
bara en 8 som sitter.
Jo.
yeah, if she comes in the hole there, she will get at least 2 points. She
Det
might
känns
get
enklare
3 even.
isen perfekt på
För
den.
där,
Spanning.
Ja, men jag kan hålla med. Det är 7, det är ju också en 4 i reward.
Ja, men precis.
I think she prefer to play the hole actually.
Åtta
It's more a routine shot. You just have to be on the brush really. If she's on the brush, she pick the right ice there. Just
Det är
play
ändå
the
4 i
stone.
reward.
It's not that big problem. Of course, it's difficult, but playing around from the other side, it needs all team, perfect speed, perfect handle with the brush. Everything has to be so perfect. Just find a line, I think, is a little bit easier.
So it's the last stone.
This is the most interesting stone so far in the game. And Anna is sitting there and she knows that if she makes this one, she might win the game. That's the pressure.
Vänta. Vänta, wow, oh! Helt upp! Curl!
And she didn't.
Nope.
She tried to communicate with the stone, but it didn't listen.
So it's a steal of 1 for Team Muirhead.
Yeah.
Score gets equal again. 3-3 after 6 hands. Last 2 hands are going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and now also is very angry. And
Of course,
she
if you had
has
a win
to...
so close.
Yeah, but she has to forget the situation now and just move forward. She has the last stone in the 7th hand and she's in control of the game.
Grymma stenar verkligen den här gången.
So what would you recommend for her now? To blank it? Or to try to go for 2?
I think she has to try to play both ways actually. Try to keep the end the way she can end up choosing both.
Start to...
Which means
Try
that she
and take
can
2.
keep some stone at the sheet and get rid of the rest of it. So she's not forced to take one.
So I would say it's still a good position for Team Hasselborg.
Yeah, for sure.
And the question is, what will happen with emotions?
Det har vi också pratat
And
om.
with
Yeah.
the team stability.
I think she would prefer to blank the end, or even if she fail, letting Eve steal one and keep in the last stone for the 8th end and score a juice there and win.
Ja, det var. Fan
That's-
också.
Yep.
Ah,
She's
vad sa du?
using some Swedish words there, which you need to use sometimes.
Drar vi kanten?
0, 0.
And she
Ticka eller?
asked
Dra kanten.
and call her team for we will try to play 0 end. Try to go for a split.
Bra linje!
No? They were talking about it, but she changed it. She placed it in the house,
Inte bakom.
which is one of those moves which could easily end up in either flanking the end
Bra
or
Sanna.
also being able to score too. I like that call.
Agnes, om du hittar min vante kan du ta den i fickan bara?
Just kind of question to your opponents. What do you want us to do?
Så.
What do you want to do next?
Well, she hit the stone out. She takes it easy a bit. And she's waiting for just changing the stone out here in the side and waiting for Hasselborg maybe to hit and roll off. And then start to be a bit more active.
Good.
Curls a little bit closer to the center.
Good.
On the other hand, if Muirhead will hit and roll off, it will be possible for Hasselborg to hit the guard away and then just continue and blanking the end, which is a scenario Eve Muirhead doesn't feel very good about either. So both team has to stay there in the house all the time, at all time now. The first one makes some mistakes, could have some problems.
Whoa, whoa. Lite upp. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ren. Run där. Bra.
So the teams are changing the colors of the stones, one after another.
Yeah, now Eve is trying to hit and roll behind the guard. To create a situation where she, at the end, force Anna to take one. Or let Eve steal one.
Yeah, go. Good.
And these are the situations we always talk about in curling, if we prefer
That's
to be
it.
one after and having the hammer to be able to score two, or if we want to be in the lead of the game with one and let the opponent have the last hammer. There is some statistics done by that, but I think it's up to the feeling of the game, of the players, of the teams to make that choice. And I think quite actually a number of players nowadays on these ice conditions and the stones like this prefer to have the hammer and score the deuce in the last end, even if they're one down. Statistically, it's opposite actually, that it should be better to be up with one and not having the last drop, but I think most of the players feels better of having the hammer actually.
You are in better control of the end because last stone belongs to you.
Yep.
Psychologically. So the blue stone was removed from behind the guard and now it was rolled back on the side of the house.
Good play from Hasselborg.
Yeah.
Now they have to stick the stone here, hit and stay there. And it's getting more problem now because it's far out. They're fully aware of if they will miss this takeout and roll off the house, it will be a great advantage for Hasselborg. And it makes the stone a bit more complicated. But she handled it. No problems.
I'm saying that so many times we've lost this stupid two.
Rudström, by the way, Karin Rudström is another of those families we have here in Sweden. She's the daughter of Björn Rudström, who was the world champion 1977. And he's been around more. He's also been the, what's the word? The general of the Swedish Curling Association for a couple of years. Now he has resigned. And we have a new one, Marklund from Skellefteå, North Sweden.
What way do you like? Controlled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I'll maybe just a good control.
Yeah!
Yes!
Whoa!
Yeah!
Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa, go Eve! Hard! Sorry.
Okay.
Also, the Sandra Flyg is also, you can call it the curling family.
Yeah, I was just scared
But
it
in
was
this
gonna-
situation, the capacity of that family is more nice than good in curling, maybe. I don't want to be rude, but her father is a really nice guy and is a good player, but maybe not the top one so far. But she has a brother also, Jukka, and he's a great player.
But I'd say it doesn't matter how high the family goes, as long as the family playing curling. It's always touching. It's always good to build on that. And even Eastern Europe, in like Baltic countries, there are families who are starting curling, families who are like, still playing curling. And sometimes even in those rather like, new countries playing curling, there are already 3 generations who started together and 3 generations who are playing together.
That's nice. And of course it's the same in the Scottish team. We had the Muirheads, Gordon Muirhead and her brother, what's his name? I don't know, Alex?
Thomas. Thomas.
Great players, great players. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with all the other girls in Adams and Reed and Sloan families, but I'm sure they are either great players or great families in curling. Okay, and here we have the first little mistake. First time where the stone is out. And now we can start to be a bit active from Eve's side. And that was the situation they were waiting for.
Okay, shot 4. I would put a few up here, yeah. Finish is pretty nice too.
It's a new situation for Agnes to play third. She hasn't done it for any other seasons, and it might need some games, tournaments before she gets used to it. It's a little bit more higher pressure on her to play third and second. We've seen some small mistakes from her, but I'm sure she will feel confident in this position later on.
Keep it moving. Hard. Go as fast as you can. Hard. Go. Hard.
Hasselborg has made a great game so far. They're playing against one of the best teams in the world. And they have still a great advantage, and also in this game.
So the stone didn't curl enough, didn't go behind the guard. It's open now.
Is it going to be tad slower?
I just wasn't quite as positive.
Right.
I didn't think, but I don't think it's not getting faster. Well, it's not. Yep.
I don't think she can hit and come behind the guard. She can hit and stay there. She tries to get it close. No. It will be roll out on the side and shoot. And I think she's happy with that result. There is a possibility for Eve to hit and roll in behind the guard. And I guess she will do it. She's thinking about making a draw.
I think maybe that, Eve.
Yeah. I agree with Anna Sloan actually.
Same result.
Exactly. She's using my words, Anna Sloan actually. That's good work there they have down there. Eve, a little bit more aggressive maybe. Sloan, bring some more mature maybe.
Steal from them.
And together they make a good complement.
Give me a little bit, Anna. I was giving you. last hit and roll though. Just to tempt her.
And still, even if Eve will make this stone 100% perfect, Anna Hasselborg will still have the options to either let Eve have 1 point, or if she prefer to try to make a draw and get 1 point. And it will be interesting to see what will happen if that situation occurs.
Whoa, whoa, close.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
Close.
Whoa, close.
Get, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a really good attempt here.
Anna. Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right
That's
behind the guard.
great.
Perfectly placed.
Yeah, I think that was maybe the best shot of
Jag tror att det går
the
en
game,
nolla.
actually.
Eller-
It's not easy to make it that
Har
perfect.
vi en flisa? Nollan i skjutsen då?
She wants to try to make
Spelar
0
med träff,
by making the race,
Träff lite insida. Min
which
grej.
is the best shot here, I think.
It's
Vi
not
har
so
så sjukt
easy.
mycket
Alltså.
vinna på att nolla. Vi har så sjukt mycket att vinna på att nolla.
She says she really wants to try to make a 0 end because they have so much
Den
to
ska gå ut på Agnes sida.
win
Yeah.
from that.
Well, 0 would be the best outcome for her.
Yeah.
All the other options create risks,
Yes.
which she would like to avoid. And in the worst case, if she doesn't make it, then they will end up with giving away 1 and having lost stone in the last end.
This is the only thing she should do, and she makes absolutely the correct call, I think.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, threw it away. She played a little bit, and she feel a little bit disappointed about her game at the moment. She made a takeout miss in the last end, also for almost maybe for the game, and now she made another not that good delivered takeout.
Which resulted in a
And,
steal for Muirhead.
Yeah, you don't forget that she was ahead with 3-1, and that was a great feeling. And now we have a new situation where actually Muirhead is in the lead with 4-3. So it's a kind of a feeling like you have a negative trend. Can you
Yeah.
use the word trend?
Yes, that's exactly the right word, Elsa.
She has to deal with her inner energy at the moment. What
She
about the Hasselborg family, by the way? We have to take it in the top league in Sweden. We always have this program telling some information about the skips and the teams and whatever. And every player, and they always have hobbies. It could be the family or playing golf or playing chess or whatever. But Michael Hasselborg, he didn't notice anything about his hobby, like it was the family. So I had to ask Michael, why don't you notice on this paper that your hobby is also your family? And then his answer was, it is, but only if they play curling. That's how he sees on his family. It was, of course, for fun because he loves his family, but also it shows a little bit.
Good.
That was the funny part.
Now back to serious.
Yeah, we have a lot of other games, Anton. And I just saw my daughter passing here. They have obviously lost against Fujitsuwa. And it looks like Altele will beat Barbesat from Switzerland. Altele Sigfridsson. Where are we? Or are we playing an extra end there? You can check if possibly. McManus from Sweden. They are even
Det känns mycket längre.
With the Switzerland team.
yeah, Yegi.
Yep.
And what about Holman versus Kim Korea?
Kim is in lead. Looks like 4-2 before the last end.
Yeah. That's a bit surprisingly, or?
Yeah.
Still
Well,
the Koreans that has been
practice
here.
on the ice.
Yeah.
Maybe just need to
You can
leave.
tell
Was
it,
worth
it's
it.
like the home arena for them almost now.
Leave.
At least for the last 2 weeks.
5-2.
5.
Team versus home.
We're right up to it.
No.
Do you want to freeze it?
And the young girls from
Okay.
Sweden, Pantera. They also lost the game versus Switzerland.
Yeah. No. As long as she doesn't make this.
Huh?
As long as she doesn't make this.
I'm just saying as long as you don't make two.
Oh, like, okay, in general.
Ja, vilken?
And another half, Jennifer Jones has won her game with a score 7-3, and it was closed after 6 ends.
Hårt hela vägen! Hårt! Det är jättebra!
If you want to follow the result, you just can do it from our home webpage, www.slcc.se, where you find all the results, or you can also use the site www.softpeelr.com, softpeelr.com. In one word, softpeelr.com.
Right out to it, Vic.
You'll see all the results there.
Yeah, I think so. I think it could do.
So,
Yeah.
the scoreboard is flying. It's 4-3 for Muirhead.
Yeah.
The girls are more focused on the games rather than inform about the situation.
Okay.
Well, that's how it should be in this situation.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, Anna has a couple of stones here she can use for scoring that too. And she also has the corner guard.
56. Maybe for you, you're
It
usually
looks
in
a
the
bit dangerous,
60s.
you might think, but I think it looks pretty good for
But I
Anna.
mean,
She has stones to work
we
with.
didn't look up.
And now she's trying to find a place there. It's possible to find the position there, freezing one of the blue stones on the inside there, which make it absolutely impossible to get rid of. Actually, I call those points for the golden spots, where it's impossible to get rid of them.
And in case of equal scores, according to competition rules, 1 extra end will be played.
Ja, nej, vi är långt ifrån där.
Can't find the line here. It's far from finding a line. It's a bit surprisingly because they have been playing now for 8 ends here. I was absolutely wrong speed. That's the reason of it. That was a pretty huge mistake, I think. I mean,
Yes.
if she
Oh,
plays
sorry.
soft,
Yeah.
too soft, too slow, the stone will still be at the sheet and she can use it later. Now she played a little bit too hard and she can't do anything about it actually. And now she get rid of the corner garden, and then still Hasselborg can do work with the blowstones there.
Well, it's going to be harder to take 2.
Yeah, that was actually a big mistake.
And if they score only 1, the game goes into extra end where Muirhead will have the last stone.
Clean.
Yeah,
And having last stone with equal scores.
Clean. Good throw.
Good back.
Yep, Sarah. Yep.
Go, 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 go. Good.
still there is that situation there where she can freeze the stone, find. She can use it on either side actually.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, she has 2 sides. She can end up, and it will be impossible to get rid of the yellow stone.
Hopefully this one cracks under the pressure. I'm hoping this one cracks under the pressure.
Yeah, that's another option.
Okej.
And they go for guard back.
Yeah, I prefer if she played the corner guard actually on the left side. Then it would be more difficult to get rid of it for Muirhead because that could stick up in one of the blue stones there. Now she tries to play the corner guard out on the other side, and it would be a little bit easier to get rid of the yellow stone
Okej.
for
Ja,
Muirhead.
försöker curla, det curlar inte jättemycket. Kolla upp. Bra Karin.
The good thing is that Eve has to hit the stone on the left side from Eve's side,
På dig eller Agnes?
and then the blue stone has to go all over the sheet to leave the sheet, and that might be a little bit more tricky for her, and maybe she will end up with a front guard or Corner guard, Anna can use later.
Could be. Could be.
And that's what the team is knowing. So she knows she wanted to have a very thin hit, and she helped the stone, helped it a little bit too much.
So now it's time to attack for Anna.
Vad sa du?
And to play behind the...
Yeah.
guard.
Ja,
Ja.
precis. Vi behöver inte bli skotter, men ja.
And she feels satisfied now. She tells about just being in the house there. She don't have to be the shot at the situation. She would like to be second or third, at least.
Bra linje. Lite tight. Japp. Hårt. Jättefin linje, bara för. 8. Japp, linje. 12, 8. Hårt, linje. Hårt. Gå, gå, gå. Hårt, hårt. Hårt, hårt, hårt. Gå, 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 gå.
Yeah. Mistake, but still it's in there.
Jag tror jag ska det var bra satt.
Okay.
Wow! Wow!
Right, Sarah. Oh, oh, yeah,
Yep,
yeah, yeah,
yep,
yeah, 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 yeah,
yep.
yeah. Nice shot, Anna.
Yeah, it's good. Now they covered up the freezing position there, or at least made it a bit more hard to reach that spot.
Okay.
But still Anna
Still-
wants to go for it.
There is room there.
Huh?
There.
There is room there.
Split up the centre line
Aye,
go
just-
first.
Everything was just.
Yeah.
But now comes, comes the shot they really have to do.
I know.
They're far out on the side.
Another half stone.
They can't know the speed 100% sure. They have to work with the stone. Here it comes.
Bra linje. Bra fart. Håll igång lite. Bra fart. Ja, linje. Hårt. Linje. Bra fart. Hårt. Hårt. Hårt, hårt, hårt. Bara tid.
She couldn't find the line,
Getting more curled and touched.
or she couldn't find the speed, actually.
Yeah.
It was a little bit both. I think it was a little inside the
I
line
agree.
and 1 or 2 meters shorter. He swept it quite all the way, or half the last part of it.
I think it's pretty much as the previous stone they played.
Yeah. And now they have 3 blue stones they have to deal with. They have a yellow one in the house.
Like, just.
Maybe he would like to
pretty
get rid of
nice.
that
I don't like
yellow
opening
one,
this up too much, so
but
knows
it's
it
not
now.
that easy. So she know if she can put in another one, she will have 4 blue stones better.
no, I think more.
Okay.
Increasing the pressure.
Yeah.
Just back button weight. Back 4
I
weight.
think even let's go a little bit.
Evie's now going for winning the game in the 8th end there. Before she was just trying to avoid Anna to take 2.
Okay,
Yep.
just tap
Now
it,
I think she's going for winning
Foot's pretty nice.
now.
Yeah, that's alright. If we get the line right, I think that's good eyes.
I think she should try to get as much from the situation as she can, putting more and more pressure.
Yeah.
So just a wee bit on.
Especially after 2 not so good shots by Anna in the last 2 ends.
Still there is chances for Anna. If she wants to tap back this one a little bit, it might be a situation where Hasselborg can even make it triple
Line's good!
if she finds the angles.
Line's okay.
Line's leave it high!
Line's coming.
Keep it clean! Whoa, Vicky, no!
Whoa, Vicky, I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
ooh, that's a bit too far.
Okay.
Okay.
They can come down there now.
Från ner.
She has to do it.
Jag bara tänker att om vi limmar den och hon limmar, ja då borde jag bara en clearing för 1 i alla fall. Förstår du vad jag menar?
Men jag tänker att vi lägger oss här.
So do you see the chance for 2 for Hasselborg again?
Not now, actually. Not now. It looks more like will be a force from Eve to
Jag tycker vi limmar. Ja.
Anna has to take one. And I think Anna should even be happy to get one at this situation. It depends on what Eve is thinking about for the next. If Anna makes the perfect draw, freeze, I think Eve will just let her take one, make a guard.
Yep.
Depending on how good the freeze of Hasselborg will be, of course. If it touches the blue and goes out in the light, in the air, of course Eve will just hit it away.
Behöver curla. Gå väldigt
Bra
rakt.
linje.
Samla närmast.
You're happy about the line?
Bra linje nu.
Good speed.
Speed
Kolla upp. Kolla upp.
is coming.
Måste curla. Måste curla.
Curl a bit more, and here it is.
It's great, great.
Grymt.
We don't see much space in between there.
Härligt.
And she just wants to come down there. Play a
Close it.
stone equal height as the other blue stone, I think, or
Grymt skött.
even a freeze down to the yellow.
Okay, right on it.
But
Even if it's short, it's
she
okay.
must be aware of
Right to
if
the
she
nose.
comes a little bit too. She can't make a corner freeze on the yellow one now. It's better. She must have the line being just in front of the yellow stone, either on it or a little bit higher up.
It'll curl it that, will it? My last one hung.
She must not come down to the corner freeze of the yellow stone.
Okay, where's the weight?
I gave it a lot, I gave it a lot. Just dead freeze.
Line's good. Right to the nose. Right to button. Wall line. Yeah, go
Coming.
then.
Line's good!
Line's really good, guys. Go then. Hard. You can. Go, go, go. Hard. Oh, yeah. Hard. Okay.
Well swept.
Okay, well swept.
It's perfect played. Is there a room for making two? There is room for a draw.
That's fine, Eve.
Anna has find it. There is room
There is
for making a draw for two. And I think she has a pretty good chance to make it, actually. She made that speed the stone before.
Yes, she knows the weight and she knows the
She
line.
knows the weight. The stone comes a little bit from the outside. The corner guard will disturb her, but not really. It's too far out on the side. I would say
I'm
she
thinking more
has at
about
least...
the blue stone, which is on top of the yellow stone, that might disturb her.
Yeah, of course, but
Rather than
I
the
think she
corner
has
guard.
like 30-40% chance of making it at least. Or even more.
Lite mindre bara.
Ja, jag kan också. Den hölls ju väldigt långt ute länge.
I don't think Eve is that happy about just standing here waiting for her to maybe losing the game.
Yeah. So Anna Hasselborg, either the last stone of the end or the last stone of the game.
Yeah.
Vänta, linje, vänta, kolla, wow! Wow! Wow, gå jätterakt!
Ja.
Måste kolla!
The line is not there at the moment.
Börja kolla nu!
Nej, kalla.
Looks to be a bit too hard or
Goes through.
a little bit too hard.
Nice try.
Yeah.
Good attempt, but
This is an interesting game. Still.
absolutely.
So.
And one stone goes for Team Hasselborg.
Bra försök.
Score is 4-4, and we are getting ready for an
Hade du fått
extra
lite
end.
finish?
Ja.
Lite tidigare tror jag att ja. Fan, jag trodde den skulle vara hemma. Den fick väl länge. Bra. Yes.
Okej tjejer, det här vet vi.
Alltså så här. Nu gör vi det omöjligt för dem. För att, kolla, Anna spelar inte så jävla bra, men Ivy spelar sjukt bra.
Exakt.
Så gör det omöjligt.
Ja, bra. En sten i taget.
And I was just informing the team that all players in the Scottish team hasn't been playing perfect, but she thinks that Eve Muirhead has played, as we call it in Sweden, sick perfect. Sick perfect. So she wants it to be impossible for Anna, for Eve, impossible for Eve to play her last stones. That's the goal for Hasselborg.
Bra linje! Kolla!
The game has, of course, turned over to big advantage for Muirhead,
Mellan! Håll igång den!
and you can even say that they should win now, the Scottish team. But since Anna found the draw down to the button, and
Stanna någon. Ja.
it's pretty easy to build up situations, it can end up in both ways.
So they're trying to build a guard.
I think so.
Keep as less stones as possible in the game.
Weed's good.
Yep. Hard! Hard! You got it! Whoa.
We could see yesterday about Lisa Weigel from the Rachel Homan team. She made those splits without the
Yeah,
problem,
that's it.
actually.
Yeah. That's
They
good
played
weed.
last season or maybe a couple of seasons like that. And she's absolutely fantastic in making those splits. She didn't miss any of them, actually.
No.
She didn't miss any of them yesterday when we saw the game between Homan and Team Almark. This is more normal, Anton, to miss this split. It's a shot that not all the lead players feel really comfortable about.
Än så länge!
It's not an easy one.
Börja nära!
Far from being an easy shot.
Yeah, it's far from an easy shot, of course.
Här är jättefin linje nu!
And the lead is not all the time very used to be in this position about being able to actually win the game.
Om vi kan. Ja.
If Sarah has made those split 2 times, you could almost say you can win the game for your team, even if you play in the lead.
Yes, a lot depends on the lead. Successfully splitting the guards
Weed's good.
in this situation. So they don't do it again. They don't try to do it
No,
again.
she doesn't feel really confident about there will be a good result. And of course, if Sarah puts a stone in front of the 4-foot now, it will be really good as well. And she does.
Here it comes.
Good, Sira.
Right as you asked, Anders.
Yeah,
That's it.
I think it's a perfect shot, actually.
Ja, topplock!
There is room still for Hasselborg to come around and also partly hide between the left yellow front guard there. So maybe you would wanted the Sarah Reed stone to come just maybe 1 foot more closer to the bottom. But it's close to perfect.
Gott om plats än så länge. Ja, ha inte bett curlen.
There's a lot of room here.
Nej, den curlen är
Far
inte.
from finding the line.
Ja, det känns väldigt sånt.
Speed one more time is a little bit too hard. It will be better if the stone is shorter, even if it's 7-8 meters shorter. It's better than it's behind the tee.
So now it's time to open up.
Yep.
Clean the house, remove as many stones as possible,
Mm.
and play as safe as possible.
Hard! Whoa!
Okay,
Yeah, pretty good.
fine.
That's it. Okay. Yeah.
Start hit, trycka ner den så. Eller vad tänker ni? För att ni...
Vad gör vi då?
Då lägger vi en till gard. Jag bara tänker, så lägger vi garden, de lägger garden och till sist har vi den frysningen, men jag vet inte. Det enda jag tänker är att om vi lägger den, eller den här, då har vi ingenting sen om de sätter dubbeln. Vad sa du?
Jag tycker dutten är bra.
Ja, jag tycker också. Det är en dubbel och sen har vi ingenting mer.
So
Vi
two
måste
other
ha något att
teams
jobba med.
from this group, McManus and Yagi, are still playing, and the score is 6-6 after 7th end.
Bak 10 bara.
And yeah, it's all about the domination in the group. Hasselborg has 2 wins so far, and all the other teams have 1 win.
Yeah. I think she makes a good call here. Anna, she just want to tap the blue stone just behind the tee.
Oh,
And they should
aldrig,
tap
aldrig,
it just behind the tee, as close to
Nej,
tee as
aldrig.
possible, just giving
Nej,
room
aldrig,
for
aldrig.
a future
aldrig,
freeze.
börja komma nu. Yes, aldrig.
And it
Ja, det är
looks,
inte bara snart på.
it touches a bit, but perfect speed.
Ja, bättre så.
They had problems finding the line. They have to deal with that blue
Okay,
stone
let's take these two.
in a way.
Okay.
That blue stone is
So
really
it's like
useful
good
for
normal.
for Muirhead.
Yeah, it's nice here. It moves nice.
Yes! Hard! Hard, Tina! Hard! Never off, never off, never off. Okay.
Yeah. I think she wanted to make the double and go out rather than go in. Now we have a much better situation for the Swedish team, actually. I hope they try to make another tap axe. Only move that blue stone just 1 stone back, not too far.
Bra linje.
Ja, vi trycker en sten.
Okej, bara det.
Håll igång.
Fin linje.
Vi trycker en sten.
Håll i lite
Bara
linje.
mot. Bara mot
Ja,
nu.
bara mot.
Bara mot.
Hårt.
Looks really good.
Ja, gå linje.
Bara mot.
Hårt. Måste gå linjen.
Vi skottar nu.
Hårt. Gå, gå, gå. Hårt. Hela vägen. Hela vägen. Gå, gå, gå. Efter träff, efter träff. Gå, gå, gå. Bra.
Yeah,
Bra.
it's good.
Bra så, Agnes.
She didn't do exactly what she wanted, but the stone is there.
Yeah.
There has to be some reaction down there.
Let's go, Carl.
But it's under attack from the
What
blue
would you
stone.
like?
Like controlled?
Okay,
Or do you like less?
yeah.
It's not
can
that
I
safe.
can see 2/3.
I quite like as close to nose as we can.
Okay.
Just because I don't like leaving this here.
Okay.
Because if we jam that straight
So
in
like
there, it's
easy
not...
barrier.
Yeah, if we can just try and bounce out of here. Like that?
I think so. Right, main thing is get rid of this yellow. 80s.
Okay.
Close.
No.
Close.
Clean up. Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah!
Hard!
Never off. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Great shot.
agree. Perfect.
Här då.
Still, there are stones in there.
Bara dra så.
It's not easy to stay better. Yeah, it's good of Agnes. This is an interesting situation. I think all team could go down there and watch how it looks like, actually. You have seen it in other situations. All the Scottish team is going down there. All the capacity in the team is checking the situation. And I think even the Swedish team could go down there and check how it looks like also.
I think once you feel that discussion goes longer and the situation is difficult, then we'll go up
Yeah.
to the house.
Still, there will always be some situation where I love to see all team going down and taking care of the situation and being a part of the situation. I like that. We also saw some situations when I think it was Sarah Reid who was really in charge of what she wanted them to do, and they followed her advice. Also Sloan, just a good team. You have so much capacity in all players in curling. She has a lot of ice here. She's expecting a huge curl.
Bra linje!
Ja, lite längre!
Kolla!
Dutta en sten!
Kolla!
Dutta en sten!
Bra linje!
Lite långt.
Dutta en sten!
Håller igen!
Lite långt.
Bra linje! Stanna närmast!
Line is a little bit out, I
Stanna
think.
närmast! Wow, wow!
It's coming.
Nej, nej! Upp, upp!
Du vill dutta 2 sten.
Okay.
Bra Ines!
Bra koll, Sanna.
Yep. She made the situation just a little bit better.
It's
And,
possible to get it out of the house.
Yeah, I think Eve wants to get rid of both those two stones there and stay in front of the G-line.
Kan ju låsa upp dragningen.
It will be an interesting end here.
You've got it, hard!
Yeah. That was not what you wanted. Now there is one stone there behind T-line. That's exactly what Anna wanted. And she can find that, what I say, my golden spot, where it will be impossible to get rid of the yellow stone if she finds that spot. Suddenly, the end changed.
Det är snedflis
Let's
på
see.
den.
Everything is in her hands.
Ja.
Yeah.
She started to play last stones of this end and of this game.
Yes.
I'm sure Anna loves this situation. She has everything to win. No one will expect her to win. She can only steal. And in this situation, most good players will play fantastic stones. She can play really without the pressure, in a way.
Bra linje! Jättefin linje!
Gott om plats. Väldigt gott
Gärna
om plats.
curla lite! Måste curla tjejer! Wow!
Ja, ja, ja.
Nej, nej!
Ja, ja, ja.
Yeah. That wasn't really good enough at that.
Looks like
Not
it was a
far
bit
from,
heavier.
but here was a little bit too heavy. She didn't find the line really. They couldn't work with the stone. They just had to wait for it to curl.
Yep.
I'm gonna have his button.
Still,
But it's behind the guard.
you see how critical this game is. She misses the line with 10-15 centimeters, and she misses the speed with half a meter.
But that's
And we
that's
say
also-
when we call it a miss.
that's the beauty of curling.
Yeah.
You have to deliver stone with 10 centimeter precision over
The angles aren't nice.
30-40 meters,
Yeah.
which is not easy.
I've not got anything.
Okej.
Just hack.
And if she just stays there on top of it, I think there's not much for Anna to do.
Leave it, Anna.
So they're going for a heavier weight.
No, just tap it back. Back 12 or back 8 or something is enough.
Stay close!
The most important thing is to stay there on top of it, or
Whoa.
no,
Whoa.
they have to wait.
Whoa.
They-
Yep.
Curls, it curls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Go, Becky. Go, Becky.
Yep.
Go, 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 go,
Good.
go. Good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. What's that?
Still, there
Good
is
precision.
there is a spot there. There
Goodie.
is a centimeter to find. There is really a position. If she could carry the stone and put it exactly where she wanted it, I am sure it will be a big problem for Muirhead. So if she just can perform playing the stone on that position, it will be really interesting.
The pressure for Anna is high, but she can create pressure back from her head.
She made the last shot. She knows the lines now.
Yeah.
She knows what to do. She knows the speed. And she only missed the last one with not very much. I think she has a great chance to come really, really close.
There's only one stone for her now that she needs to play.
Yeah.
Whatever was in the past is in the past.
Gå hela vägen. Jättefin linje.
Byt!
Jättefin linje.
Byt!
Kör för fart.
Byt!
Håll.
Vända ner då!
Håll.
Kör!
Var är vi? Bra, jättefin linje.
Kör
They
då!
have to be shot. They have to be shot. That's the first goal.
Wow, 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 wow.
It's the first goal.
Härligt, bra.
And they are.
No, they are.
Härligt.
And they have a little. They are leaning against the blue one, aren't they? Or
Yes, they are.
and it looks like they found this maybe that spot. You see,
It's going to be attack from the left side. That's what
Yeah. they
Muirhead is looking for.
force her to change. So that was about what she could do actually.
I think that's quite thin. Yeah, no. I like this.
Yeah.
So they're going to repeat their previous
Same
shot.
weighty.
I think that was a great shot from Anna actually, and still, this one has to be done.
Yeah.
And the last
She
shot of the game.
definitely created some problems for Muirhead.
Yeah, of course,
More of it than what we had last.
of course.
She didn't let her just.
No shot for the game is a routine shot. It has to be done. She has done it so many times.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Clean,
whoa.
Vicky. Clean,
They're
Vicky.
not that satisfied so far.
Right off.
Clean, Vicky.
Right off.
It's coming.
Clean, Vicky.
It's coming. Still,
Everything,
it's
Anna. Everything.
It's to curl.
yeah, it's a bit dangerous. And it wasn't enough. It
That
wasn't
was not
enough. Yeah.
Thank you, well played.
Well, one stone
Thank you, well played.
for Team Hasselborg.
Thank you, well played.
That was a great game, and it was an interesting end of it as well. And you must always, what do you say? Say
Okay.
good played when like in Hasselborg, you played such a perfect stone at the end.
Yes, and that means that's a third win for Team Hasselborg in
Yeah.
the group. They
And
are in
there
the
is no
lead.
surprise where they're performing here. They won all the games so far, and they have been in the finals so many times here, and they feel really good about being here. Yeah, this was the last game on the sheet for this draw, and now they will also make a draw to the button for the next game.
What are we doing? I don't. No. Sorry, I thought we were taking them all
Next
down.
session will start. Next draw will start at 1:30
Why is there stone?
Swedish time, and it will be a couple of games. We'll see what we will be able to see.
On the TV sheet, we'll play Team Pantera from Sweden versus Team Jennifer Jones.
Yeah, that's a
from
nice
Canada.
game. Everyone
That's
has to.
gonna be
Everyone has to come back.
A very interesting game.
Really, really. So we will say thank you. It was a nice game. I think every end was perfect. Really nice.
Absolutely.
It was the best game I've seen so far. We say thank you from w.stockholm, and we welcome you one more time back, coming back at 1:30 for the next game. Thanks, Anton.
Thank you, Anders.